Hello again, everybody. David Clary, along with Lee Wexler, Alex Baraxa, and Gavin Kentop here at Sevier County High School. Getting set for another night of Oak Ridge High School basketball, our fourth trip to Sevier County since last Monday. Tonight, the Wildcats, though, in a regular season ball game, not part of the Thanksgiving tournament, taking on the Smoky Bears and the Smoky Bearettes of Sevier County on their home floor here on our YouTube channel, Prep Radio. We're also on prepradio.com and Oak Ridge Schools Television Channel 15. We're not broadcasting tonight on FM 92.7. Brian Bennett, our engineer who normally does the things back at the station, unable to go, has the flu. We're wishing him a speedy recovery. Hopefully we'll be back. We will be back on the air next Thursday when the Lady Wildcats and guys travel off to Alcoa High School. Lee Wexler joins us now here in Sevier County. Lee, you've got more information about tonight's game.
That's right, David. Well, the Lady Wildcats will enter tonight's game fresh off their first win of the season, a 48-35 win over South Doyle here at Sevier County this past Tuesday. The Lady Wildcats opened up their season with back-to-back losses to York and to CAK. The Lady Wildcats were able to play the entire bench in their win over South Doyle except for the injured Lady Wildcats, Lindsey Cleveland and Anaya Porter. Both players are expected to join the team soon. Sevier County has won 4 games this season, including an impressive 50-36 win over CAK. The CAK defeated the Lady Wildcats 45-34 on November 21st at Pigeon Forge. Sevier County has wins over Maryville 60-18, Tullahoma 44-38, and Cott County 69-36. Their lone loss came at the hands of White County and Sparta 68-60. Oak Ridge and Sevier County haven't played one another since the 2008 region tournament. There was a time between 1987 and 2003 that these two teams played almost every year, 7 times in the region championship game. Oak Ridge leads the all-time series 17-8. Sevier County last season finished 26-7 on the season and lost to Farragut 54-46 in the sectional game. Farragut also ended Oak Ridge's season last year, but was in the region tournament. That score was 40-31. Oak Ridge won the last time these two played back in 2008, but Sevier County, until recently, has fallen on hard times. The past 2 seasons, though, they have reached the sectional game, and the Lady Wildcats will have to play well tonight to win their 2nd straight game. Oak Ridge's next game will be on Thursday night when the Wildcats take on Alcoa. Oak Ridge defeated Alcoa last season at Alcoa 46-39, but lost at home 70-66. We will broadcast the Alcoa games on FM 92.7, prepradio.com, Channel 15, and we will stream the games live on Prep Radio, which is our YouTube channel. We'd like to thank our sponsors that make tonight's broadcast possible. That would include the Fox Insurance Group, the Oak Ridge Utility District, TN Bank of Oak Ridge, Ortho Tennessee, Mortgage Investors Group, Mike Kelly with Betsy Coleman Realty, and Laura Lynn Green with State Farm Insurance. We are live in Sevierville. Tonight as the Wildcats take on the Smoky Bearettes and Bears. We'll take a break now, and when we come back, we'll have the starting lineups and the tip-off of tonight's game. We will be back to Sevier County in 3 minutes.
Here comes Ted trying to get some lifesavers. Did you go to the game yesterday? The Titans game? Okay. Oh, yeah, you had practice. I saw you. Yeah. Alex, are you sure the audio is working right? Just this, I can hear crowd noise coming in, which means it's just coming in from the cam. It, yeah, they're all off. Should say game camera. Okay, okay. Are you seeing audio there? You couldn't be because the camera, the mics are off. You what? You couldn't be seeing it at all. It should no. You shouldn't. It's all. It's got to be one of those other ones. I mean, if you mute it, you can't mute. Yeah, mute that. Whatever. We're about 2.5 minutes away from the start of this ball game. The Wildcats of Oak Ridge and the Sevier County Smoky Barrettes. Two teams are warming up in front of us. Lee, you talked about this earlier. These are two teams that have played a lot in the postseason. Not a whole lot of time. Well, actually, all the way back to 1995 since they actually played in the regular season. But on their home floor, Sevier County's tough. As you look at them, you can see they're bigger than Oak Ridge, but that's no real surprise. Just about everybody we play is bigger than us. The Wildcats are going to have a really fine performance here tonight if they're going to win their second ball game of the year.
Yeah, I think you're right there on the size. It also looks like they've got some depth over there as the Smoky Barrettes are warming up. And I remember, David, you've talked about several times how the last time you guys were here, I think it was probably for the boys' game in the sectional, I believe in 2019. You guys were here in this gym to do, the boys' sectional. And I just remember you saying how loud and pretty raucous this arena can get here at Sevier County. And, this is just a regular season game in November. Not a whole lot of meaning, but, still, you want to come here and you want to win. This is going to be a good team the Lady Wildcats are going to face tonight. And, it's important that, Lady Wildcats need to get a win here tonight. They're facing a good team. Get that second win in a row. They're going to get ready for a good Alcoa team on Thursday. But, already it's pretty loud in here, and, it should be a good game.
We apologize for the angle of the camera. This is where Sevier County wanted us to set up, and this is what we have. So we apologize for that. We're just moments away from the start of this game. It's Oak Ridge and the Smoky Barrettes of Sevier County High School, live here on our YouTube channel, Prep Radio. We're also on Oak Ridge Schools Television, Channel 15. We're going to take a break. We'll be back with the tip-off in a moment.
For tonight's varsity high school girls basketball action between our visitors, the Lady Wildcats from Oak Ridge, and your Sevier County Barrettes. At this time, we'd ask everyone to please stand for the singing of our national anthem to be sung this evening by SCHS choir member Layla Barnes.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the so gallantly streaming, and the guns bursting, give proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say the star-spangled banner would wave for the land and the hope of
Great job on our national anthem here at Sevier County High School. Just moments away from this ball game, the Smoky Bearettes of Sevier County taking on the Oak Ridge High School Lady Wildcats. Oak Ridge, good news here today. One of the walking wounded has returned for the Lady Wildcats, Lindsey Cleveland, who has missed the first three ball games for the Lady Wildcats. She is dressed out, and she's a crucial member of this basketball team. Doesn't start all the time, but is a defensive specialist and can shoot from the outside. It's always great to have Lindsay, and it's great to have her back. Anaya Porter is still unable to go. She, of course, tore her ACL earlier in the summer and has been cleared to practice but not cleared to play. Lady Wildcats will start today. Zayana Stewart along with Ayana Porter for the Lady Wildcats. The third starter for the Lady Wildcats will be Cannon Green, the only senior on the Oak Ridge roster. Also starting will be Bella Boone. She's a junior. And the fifth starter for the Lady Wildcats will be Jenna Johnson. So, Lee, we went to Phoenix last year. We saw most of these girls, actually 4 of these girls start last year. They have a lot of experience. They won 20 games a year ago. They're only going to get better. There's been kind of a rough patch to start this one, but these girls are still only sophomores, and they're only going to get better.
Yeah, that's right. Last year you mentioned the Phoenix trip. They played some tough opponents. When you go on a far road trip like that, you can it can be kind of difficult. But I mean, they played some tough opponents out west last year, and when you've got a young team, you're only going to get better. They're still young. They're playing a good opponent tonight. But I like what Oak Ridge, the Lady Wildcats, going to have in the future, building for the future, and I'm excited to watch them compete here tonight.
Yeah, I just listened to him do the starting lineups, and I don't think any of the numbers match the names of the roster they gave me. So I apologize for that. If we get their names wrong, you've probably got better eyes than I do. You might want to correct it up on the scoreboard. Unfortunately, this is the roster they sent me. So I'm going to just kind of actually use the names of the Lady Wildcats until I am absolutely sure. Number 24 does not appear on my roster. What does it say up on that board across?
It does say number 24, David, and they have the roster way far away. It looks like the last name Williams, and there's also a number 2 on the floor for Sevier County. We don't have that number either. And if I'm looking, number 2, Schultz. I mean, that roster is on the far side of the gym, David.
Ball up controlled by Sevier County, and we are underway here at Sevier County High School. With it will come number 21. I'm going to go with Bailey Conkin. That's what it's on my roster here. She works the ball to the left side, looks for a backdoor cutting player along the baseline, cannot shoot, swings it out to the top of the circle. Sevier County drives in, shot is blocked, taken away by Zayana. Zayana Stewart with the basketball, coming down the middle of the floor, dribbles the ball to her free throw line, throws the ball away. Ball is loose on the floor, got hammered a little bit, no call, and down the floor will come Sevier County. Oak Ridge comes out aggressively defending. That's 5-second count. You got to call it, guy. He did finally. 5-second count goes against the Lady Bears. The Wildcats, good defense there. It'll be Cannon Green to work the ball in. Just underway here. 7:22 to play in the first quarter. 0-0 our score. Down the floor will come Oak Ridge. Where the basketball will come the sophomore point. That's Ayana Porter to Stewart. She works the ball to Cannon. Cannon Green looks into Bella. Cannot dribble all the way in. Backs it up. Jenna Johnson standing at the free throw line. She swings it over to Zayana. Zayana looks to Bella. Finds Cannon free. The Wildcats working the perimeter, trying to attack the zone. Here it goes to the right corner to Zayana, and she throws the ball away. Might have been touched by Sevier County last, but there was nobody there. I think Zayana tried to get it to somebody, either Bella or Jenna, along the baseline, but the ball just goes scooting out of bounds. Here they come down the floor. Have been able to track down number 2's name here as they work the ball into the corner at the midcourt line. Nelia walked and a steal by Jenna. Jenna swings the ball and throws the ball away. And they're going to get a layup on the other end. No, it's blocked by Zayana Stewart. Foul's going to be called against her. That'll be the first foul called in the ball game. 6:39 to play. First quarter, 0-0 the score. To the free throw line will go number 3. And she'll try to get the first points of the game, and she does. It's 1-0, Sevier County. One to nothing our score. 6:39 to play here in the first period. Second toss is up, and it is good. Wildcats down 2-0, facing some pressure, and it comes to Ayana Porter. Trapped to the midcourt line, stops, slings the ball, and throws it away. Lady Wildcats didn't like the pressure. She hit the corner there. Instead of bringing it up the middle of the floor, she went right to that dead corner, and she was trapped, and the Lady Wildcats turned the ball over. Here comes Sevier County, moving away from us. If you're watching it on the stream, we were forced to set up over here as they get a little 15-footer. It's an air ball. Out of bounds. It'll be Oak Ridge basketball coming back the other way. 2-0 our score. 6:22 to play in the first quarter. Both teams like to put pressure on. Lady Wildcats have got a guard being sped up just too much as they work the ball to Bella. Bella throws the ball away. Ball's off the fingertips and then on the floor picked up by Jenna Johnson. Lady Wildcats in a rush against this defense as they work it into Bella. Double team to Jenna. Jenna Johnson swings the ball left side of Cannon. Left side, Zayana Stewart for the lead. No good. Rebound out of bounds. Last touch by Boone. Lady Wildcats being sped up by Sevier County, and the Lady Wildcats not handling it real well.
No, David, they've turned it over maybe once or twice, and they've thrown it away out of bounds at least twice. A lot of pressure up in the face of the Lady Wildcats.
Sevier County still in the rear court. They do get it across the line. With it comes number 24. Doesn't appear on our official roster. They drive in the paint, throw it off the glass. No good. On the rebound, should be a jump ball. No, it's going to be a foul against Oak Ridge. Might go against Cannon. We'll see. 5:42 to play first quarter. Lady Wildcats down 2-0. Just underway here from Sevier County High School, Sevier County, Tennessee. We're broadcasting on our YouTube channel, Prep Radio. The boys' game will follow. Free throws up, good. 3-0, all on free throws to start the ball game. Sevier County in the lead. Back to the line will go number 21. Did you catch her name?
Number 21, Bailey Conkin.
So that is correct. As they'll bring the ball down the floor, Oak Ridge in pressure defense once again. Ayana Porter, the sophomore point, swings it over to Cannon. Lady Wildcats just having all kinds of trouble getting the ball across the line. Now Ayana does, swings the ball to Jenna. Wildcats going a little bit too fast. Here comes Cannon Green, top of the circle. Here it goes to Zayana Stewart. Swings it back to Cannon, looks to Bella, drives the baseline, has a 5-footer, rolls off, no good. Rebounds Sevier County. They're speeding up Oak Ridge, and the Wildcats don't like it. You can just tell. And here comes Sevier County down the floor. They work the ball inside. Shot is on its way. Good. 6-0 the score. Lady Wildcats haven't even gotten a good shot off here. Here comes Oak Ridge down the floor, coming to that corner once again. Ayana Porter now comes back to the center of the floor, gives it off to Bella Boone, to Cannon. Cannon drives right. We got to get the ball in the hands of Jenna a little bit more. Ayana Porter's going to drive left elbow shot. It's going to be good. Ayana Porter has the first 2 points for the Lady Wildcats, and it's 6-2, 4 minutes, 43 seconds to play in the first quarter. Here they come down the floor with it. Damoni Capana. They've got a wide open three. It rims out, no good. No rebounding for the Lady Wildcats. They've got it. They drive in for a shot, short. Wildcats cannot get a board. Got to be more aggressive on this long NBA range three. That's an air ball out of bounds. She took that shot from the Smoky Bear paw print in the middle part of the floor and was way off the mark. It'll be Oak Ridge basketball. Boone's going to come out. The Wildcats will substitute.
David, this is really uncool. We don't have the roster they gave us really is not good. That's 3 players, number 11s for Sevier County. We don't have her on our roster.
Ayana Porter is now fouled by Sevier County. Lady Wildcats have put in Lindsey Cleveland in for the first time this season. She's in the ball game now for Lady Wildcats. Boone checks out. Lady Wildcats down 6-2, 4:13 to play in the first period. Lindsey with it, left wing, works the ball to Zayana Stewart in the right corner. Stewart bounce pass into Jenna, turning, spinning, driving, shooting, good. Off the glass goes Jenna Johnson, and the Lady Wildcats trail by 2. 6-4 the score, 3:57 to play here in the first quarter. Almost a steal by Jenna, saved on the floor. Sevier County battles for it, can't get it. The ball's knocked out on a hustle play by Oak Ridge's Jenna Johnson. It'll be Sevier County coming down the floor. 3:51 to play here in the first quarter. The Lady Bears on top by a score of 6-4. Here they come across the line, driving with it. They've got numbers. They drive in for the shots. No good. Wildcats, Lindsay Cleveland, her first rebound of the year. Lindsay down the floor for the Lady Wildcats. Gives it into Ayana Porter. Lady Wildcats have 4 sophomores and 1 senior in the ball game. Lindsay's got a 3, drives in, the little 5-footer, no good. Rebound to the Lady Bears. Then they sling the ball up the floor to number 21. She swings the ball knocked away, saved away by Lindsay Cleveland. Here come the Lady Wildcats down the floor. Jenna Johnson, 1 dribble, 1 shot, 2 points, and a tie ball game. 6-6 to score, 3:15 to play. Lady Wildcats got lucky on that deflection on the other end and went right into the hands of Oak Ridge, and they got an easy layup. Here they come down the floor. A jump ball is going to be called, and the Lady Wildcats are going to get it on the alternate possession. Lady Wildcats getting a little burst of energy from Lindsay Cleveland.
Yeah, and Jenna Johnson as well. She's 2 for 2. She's got 4 of the Lady Wildcats 6 points. You just talked about getting the ball to Jenna Johnson's hands. She's got 4 points, both at the basket.
6-6 our score. The Wildcats have Demetria Strickland now in the ball game. Lady Wildcats in a 6-6 ball game. 3:03 to play first quarter. Cannon Green in the rear court brings it across the line. Trap fires it over to Lindsay Cleveland. Comes cross court all the way to Jenna. Jenna Johnson to Zayana along the baseline. Doesn't have numbers. Looks for help. Gives it around the left side of Green. There's Lindsay Cleveland. 3-pointer. Right corner is up. No good. Foul to the act of shooting a 3. And Lindsay Cleveland will have an opportunity with 3 free throws to try to give Oak Ridge their first lead. Lady Wildcats Cleveland will go to the free throw line. She'll have 3 shots. First toss is up, good. Lady Wildcats have their first lead. 7-6 the score. 2 minutes, 47 seconds to play in the first period. Lindsay Cleveland back to the free throw line. Her first point of the year. Gunning for number 2 right here. Little short, hits the front end of the rim, but fouled in the act of shooting a 3. She'll have 1 more. Lady Wildcats currently playing with Cannon Green. Demetria Strickland, along with Lindsay Cleveland, Zayana Stewart, and Jenna Johnson. The lefty puts it up there. Good. Oak Ridge by 2. 8-6 the score. Here come the Smoky Bearettes from Sevier County High School, wearing their all predominantly white jerseys with purple trim as we play here in the Dolly Dome in Sevier County. A little bit too aggressive, they say, was Lindsay Cleveland. Looked like good defense from here, but I'm a long ways away. 2:38 to play first quarter. 8-6 the score. It'll be Sevier County basketball side front court. Their roster is totally wrong. It's just bottom line.
Yeah,
they
they
lob
must
it
have
down low. They get it in for a shot. Clang off the iron. No good. Jenna Johnson's got it. Here comes Oak Ridge down the floor with the lead. Here comes Demetria Strickland at the midcourt circle. 2:29 to play first quarter in an 8-6 ball game. Demetria looks for some help. Looks to her left, comes back to her right. Cannon's got it in the corner, about to be trapped. Takes 1 dribble, works it out of there, and throws the ball, intending it for Demetria. It's going to be a turnover. Lady Wildcats getting caught in traps, and when they get caught, they've been panicking just a bit, and that's another turnover for Oak Ridge. It'll be their basketball side court. Oak Ridge substituting Zayana Stewart out, Bella Boone back in the ball game. 2:16 to play first period. Sevier County basketball. Top of the circle, it goes to Capana, according to our roster. We're not sure at all if that roster is right. This was sent to us by Sevier County, but we don't think it's right. They have the basketball, number 11 with it, dribbles off to the right, hands it off to number 2, backs it up, swings the ball inside, kicks it out for a 3. No good. Rebound, Lindsay Cleveland again. Lindsay Cleveland pushing it up the floor to Jenna. Jenna double team, dribbles to the free throw line. Cannon's free. Cannon, nice little move. 10-footers on its way, no good. Rebounded by Sevier County. Good move there by Cannon to get free to take the shot, but she just couldn't connect on it. Here they come to the top of the circle. Sevier County at the free throw line. They trail Oak Ridge 8-6. Minute 33 to play in the first period. With the basketball will come those Smoky Bearettes. 3 points line. They go in the paint. A little hook shot off the glass. Good. Amy Williams, number 24, off the glass, and we're tied at 8. Here's Oak Ridge trapped along the baseline again. Jenna Johnson, around it goes Lindsay. Lindsay Cleveland has Jenna free. Ball deflected, saved back by Cleveland. 8-8 our score, Oak Ridge basketball. They are tenacious on defense. They are everywhere out there on the floor. Here comes Oak Ridge to the right corner. Lindsay looks to Boone, comes cross court all the way to Cannon. Cannon Green takes one dribble. Harass gives it up once again to Jen at the free throw line. She dribbles, she drives, she shoots. No good. Rebound Sevier County. Pulled down by Williams. 48 seconds to play. They push the ball up the floor. There's a turnover. Bella's got it. Bella Boone with it. Here it goes to Demetria Strickland. Demetria quickly down the floor. You talk about a fast, furious pace first quarter. 35 seconds to play in the first quarter. 8-8 our score. Lindsay Cleveland with it. Back it goes Demetria. Back to Lindsay. Jenna in the right corner. Jenna Johnson will not take a shot from there. Looks at the clock. Back it goes to Cannon. Cannon swings it over to Cleveland. Lindsay Cleveland back to Cannon. Around it goes to Demetria. Down to 18 seconds to play. Wildcats, Bella Boone, free throw line. Demetria, three-pointer. They need it. She missed it. Wildcats are getting destroyed, and she dribbles the ball out of bounds. Good defense, Jenna Johnson. Just dribbled it on the baseline with 8.4 seconds. Wildcats struggling on the glass, both ends of the floor, as the Wildcats will get a Yana Porter in the ball game. 8-8 our score, 8 seconds to play here in the first period. The Oak Ridge basketball. Ayana yet to get it in. Now fires it finally. In it goes. Wildcats into Bella Boone. Pass a little bit too strong. It would have been 2 points if Bella had been able to catch the fastball coming out of Ayana Porter's hands. Here comes Sevier County. Got to slow her down. She's going to drive all the way in for the shot. No good as the first quarter comes to a close. We have played one quarter of basketball here at Sevier County. 8-8 our score. We'll be back to Sevier County in a moment. David Clary, Lee Wexler, along with Alex Waraxa and Gavin Kintop. He's our camera guy down on the floor. Lady Wildcats and Bearettes are tied 8-8 here in Sevier County. The boys' game will follow. Here's a near steal. The Wildcats, Lindsay Cleveland battles for it. It'll be Oak Ridge basketball on the alternate possession. It's great to have Lindsay Cleveland back in the game. She already has a couple of rebounds. She has scored a couple of points, and she also has a couple of steals here. As Lady Wildcats bring the ball down the floor. 8-8 our score, 7:48 to play in the first quarter. Oak Ridge basketball. The Wildcats have it with Demetria Strickland around to Cleveland to Zayana, trapped in the right corner. Comes out of there with it, needs some help. Looks to Bella, double team, slings it way out here. Over it goes to Ayana Porter to Demetria. Demetria Strickland holds it, slings it back to Ayana. Three-pointer, she rushed it, but it's up. Hits the rim, no good. Once again, no rebound at all. Lady Wildcats are one and done. Fortunately, though, we have a tie ball game, 8-8 the score. Here comes Sevier County down the floor. 7:15 to play in the first quarter. Their basketball momentarily. They work the ball in. Number 5 dribbles in, swings it out for a long three. Good. Three-point shot way downtown. And somebody named Schultz hits the shot. And here come the Lady Wildcats trailing 11-8. Oak Ridge basketball, not a good pass. Almost they turned the ball over. This defense is tenacious for Sevier County. They really get after you, and that's causing Oak Ridge to speed up, and they've turned it all over several times. Here comes Oak Ridge with it, trailing 11-8, 6:50 to play here in the second quarter. Oak Ridge basketball. Here comes Bella, left extension of the free throw line. Around it goes to Lindsay Cleveland. Fakes the three, won't take the shot. Wildcats work it in. Zayana turning, spinning, wanting to shoot, cannot. Wildcats shoot a three to tie it. No good. Rebound, Demetria Strickland can't save it. It goes out of bounds. Lady Wildcats cannot get their threes to go in. Trying to rush it. Whenever they get just a little bit of a space open, they're firing up shots. This is a Sevier County team that went to the sub-state the last 2 years, losing to Farragut and Maryville. They're good. They've got a really good, solid basketball team. How's your roster there, Lee?
It is all messed up, David. I think they gave us a roster from last season.
Three-point shot is up. Good. They're knocking down their shots, and they're becoming a lot more comfortable. Lady Wildcats are down 6 now. 14-8 the score. Lady Wildcats with it. Ayana Porter with it across the line. The Wildcats need somebody to step up and make some shots. Here comes Oak Ridge driving with it. And here's an off-balance shot. Not a good shot. That's just rushed. Here they come down the floor. Jenna Johnson on the bench right now. They beat Oak Ridge down the floor, but they can't control the pass. It goes out of bounds. Jenna Johnson and Cannon Green are going to check back into the ball game. 14-8 the score. The key right now is the Lady Wildcats cannot rebound. They have really struggled to get the ball off the glass on both ends of the floor, and that defense has caused Oak Ridge just to press too much and rush their shots. As Oak Ridge 10 seconds is on, you got to get the ball across the line. They do. Here it comes down the floor. Lady Wildcats Dimitri and the Jenna, little three-footer, good. Jenna Johnson scores, and the Lady Wildcats trail with 5:35 to play in the second half by 4. 14-10 the score. They bring the ball across the line. Swing it out for the three-point shot. Will not take the shot. She works the ball to the top of the circle. Dribbling in, spinning at the free throw line, swings the ball back out, picks it up, gives it off in the corner once again. Cannon extends her defense out to greet her, but she drives right past her and scores. Lady Wildcats down by 6. Oak Ridge runs the floor. Jenna with a layup. Good. Jenna Johnson off the glass. And it's a 4-point game once again, 16-12. You have to admit, Lee, there's a lot of excitement and a lot of energy being as the Wildcats get a steal. Wildcats push it down the floor once again. Here comes Zayana. Right-handed off the glass. Good. It's a 2-point game, and it's 16-14, and Sevier County calls a timeout. A lot of action in this game for sure.
Yeah, that's right, David. It's pretty fast, back and forth as we have a timeout here. I don't know what roster Sevier County sent us. I'm trying to look across the way here. They've got a roster on the other side hanging up on the wall, and I don't know what they sent us, David. It's just not right. So we're probably going to get all these names wrong, and I'm glad we got moved here to the corner for Sevier County's radio crew. And they're not even here. They're not even here. Maybe they're doing a boys game?
We had to put our camera in this corner here, which is not great for the coaches for sure. Oak Ridge down 2, 16-14, 4:48 to play. The Wildcats putting on a little bit more pressure in the rear court. Here comes Sevier County. Maybe at halftime, go down and take a picture of the book as they work the ball down the floor along the baseline. Number 11 with it, top of the circle. She wanted to shoot from way downtown. Will not be able to. Wildcats guard her aggressively. Number 11 looks back, door cuts, drives in. They work the ball on the floor. It's picked up by Oak Ridge. The Wildcats have it, and they're going to call a foul, I think, against Sevier County. I think number 23 is going to be whistled for a personal foul.
The names aren't even.
And not even, you're right, not even on our roster here. It'll be Oak Ridge ball. 16-14 with a chance to tie once again. We were tied at 8 at the end of the first quarter. Here comes Ayana down the floor for the Lady Wildcats. Dribbles in, pulls up, and shoots. Good! And she's fouled. Count the bucket. Tie ball game, 16-16 the score, as Ayana Stewart will go to the free throw line. Zayana Stewart's uncle is T. Higgins.
I don't want to hear that name right now, David.
Yeah, he's a Titans fan as the Bengals win their game yesterday. Oak Ridge for the lead. No good. Jenna battles. Oh, that's a turnover. She should be Oak Ridge's ball. Jenna hustled to get the board and knocked it off the body of number 23. It'll be Oak Ridge basketball underneath the goal. 16-16 our score. Two very evenly matched teams play very similar styles. Oak Ridge into Zayana, reverse layup.
Foul.
She's fouled again. And I believe it's number 23 once again. I think that's her second foul in a minute. It'll be Oak Ridge going to the free throw line. It'll be Zayana Stewart. 4:11 to play, second quarter. Stewart will go to the free throw line. I think she said her name was Barnes.
Looks like something Barnes, David.
You're going to have to write him out for me as that free throw is up. Good. Lady Wildcats retake the lead. Oak Ridge had fallen behind by 6 and fell behind early in the first quarter. Came back to tie it. Now they lead it 17-16. Very, very evenly matched teams, I think. They've got more size for sure. Oak Ridge might have the quickness advantage. Oak Ridge back up by 2. 18-16 the score. 4:10 to play in the second quarter. Wild man Mike Sheehan is listening and watching our ball game right now as Oak Ridge gets a steal. The Wildcats have it. Here comes Oak Ridge down the floor. Lady Wildcats trying to increase their lead, but they're going to turn the ball over. Both teams are tenacious on defense. 3:53 to play second quarter. 18-16 is our score. Down the floor, the Wildcats working hard defensively. Oak Ridge watching them work the ball down the floor. Right extension of the free throw line. They've got a three open. That's no good. Rebound to Sevier County, and then a foul is going to be called against Oak Ridge. It'll be Sevier County getting the basketball. Only the fourth team foul. It's going to go against Ayanna Porter. Lady Wildcats currently in the lead. They've got a shot to tie if they work the ball down low and they turn the ball over. Lady Wildcats will get it coming back the other way. 18-16 our score. Like I said, two very evenly matched teams battling it out here. I like the style that both teams play on defense. Just a bad pass intercepted by Sevier County. Lady Wildcats turn the ball over, still leading by 2. 3:26 to play second quarter. Got a guard. They work the ball. There's a travel. She didn't put the ball down on the floor. And it's a good call. Officials are doing a really good job here on the road at Sevierville.
Yeah, I haven't even noticed them, David, and I think that's, when you don't notice the officials, that probably means, usually that means they're doing okay.
Lady Wildcats by 2 at 3:20 to play here in the second quarter. Wildcats quickly. Lindsey Cleveland dribbling, driving, shooting up. No good. Rebound to Lindsey. Slings it out to Cannon Green. Lady Wildcats with the basketball. Lindsey in the right corner. Swings the ball once again. Backs it up once again. Here comes to Cleveland. Lindsey swings it over to Zayana. Zayana dribbles in, penetrates, wanted to shoot, but she turns the ball over on a double dribble. Wildcats give the ball right back to Sevier County. Appreciate you listening to our broadcast here or watching it on our YouTube stream. 18-16, the Lady Wildcats trying to win their second game of the year. Lady Wildcats beat South Doyle on this floor last Tuesday. This is our fourth trip to Sevier County since Monday. They're still in the rear court. They lob the ball across the line. They work the ball in. They dribble in. They get a breakdown. Block shot up by the rim. It's going to be Cannon Green on the rebound, and she's fouled. Cannon is fouled. They are aggressive, that's for sure, defensively. Surprised they didn't call a jump ball right there because it looked like she was kind of tied up there, but we'll take it. Oak Ridge still in the lead, 18-16, 2:40 to play in the second quarter. Lady Wildcats, Ayanna Porter in the rear court, got to bring the ball down the floor. Got to do it with a little urgency. That's too much. They throw the ball away. Wildcats not doing a really good job against their press.
A lot of turnovers, a lot of passes being thrown away, David. But Sevier County, they are right in the Lady Wildcats' faces on defense.
Here they come down the floor. Lindsey Cleveland, Jenna Johnson, Ayanna Porter, Cannon Green in the ball games. Ayanna Stewart. They work the ball outside the line. They have knocked down some threes here in this one. They lob it to the free throw line. Holding the ball. Now she turns and shoots. Clang off the iron. No good. Rebounded by Lindsey Cleveland. She just took that shot. I'm surprised, actually. It didn't really look like the best shot. As Ayanna brings it in, dribbles all the way to the hole, goes in for the shot. No good. Ayanna really struggling to get her shot to fall. She's been our leading scorer in 2 of our first 3 ball games. They work the ball in for a shot. No good. But she does draw the foul. It's a blocking foul called against Oak Ridge, and that'll send Sevier County to the free throw line with 2 shots. 18-16 our score. Got to get the offense going here, in particular Ayanna Porter. Minute 55 to play, all of them obviously, but Ayanna getting a good look there, just couldn't get it to fall. Free throw is good. Got a 1-point game. We were tied 8-8 after 1 quarter, and we're about to be tied here if she can knock down this free throw. A minute 55 to play, second period. Toss, good. 18-18 the score. The Wildcats' biggest lead, only 2. Sevier County's led by as many as 6. Here's Oak Ridge down the floor, and they throw the ball away again. This time it was Demetria Strickland trying to get it to Johnson. The Wildcats don't need to be in such a hurry. I mean, they got the ball across the line and just kind of heaved it to a point. That's what the press will do. You don't necessarily have to get steals off of it. You're trying to speed up the opponent and cause them to make mistakes, and that's what we have done. Here comes number 2, slinging it out to the top. They had a look inside. She's going to dribble out and throw up a 3. Good. How in the world did that go? Good defense by Demetria Strickland. Here comes Oak Ridge down the floor. Wildcats are going to be fouled. The Sevier County coach doesn't agree with it. Just kind of rode her out of bounds. They can shoot from the outside, even with good defense. I thought Demetria was right on top of her, but she was still able to knock down the shot as Oak Ridge goes to the line. Demetria Strickland, 1 in the bonus. Lady Wildcats got to knock down their shots here. What has Demetria done tonight?
Oh, sorry, I better turn my mic on. Demetria nails her first free throw, and that's her first point of the night, David.
Back to the free throw line once again. 21-19, the Lady Wildcats trailing. Second toss, good. Hit them both. I don't know if that score is right. I guess it is. 21-20. Minute 22 to play in the second period. Sevier County basketball, dribbling down the floor. They work the ball inside, break down on defense. They blow the shot, though. Easy shot, miss, point blank. Jenna Johnson with the basketball, brings it down the floor. Lady Wildcats, out it goes Demetria. Around to the right corner, Lindsay Cleveland drives in, penetrates left, kicks it out to Demetria once again. To Zayana, who dribbles, who drives, who pulls up, shoots. No good. Draws the foul from number 24. And Zayana Stewart will go to the free throw line. Nobody's ever accused Zayana Stewart of not being aggressive. When she gets the ball, she has one thing on her mind, and that's to go in and score.
Yeah, David, she's got 6 points tonight. This will be her second trip to the free throw. She's 2 of 3 on her free throws, David.
Got to knock them down here. She misfires on the first one. Lady Wildcats down 1, 21-20, 57.4 seconds to play, and the sophomore will go to the free throw line. Trying to tie it once again. Toss. She missed them both. On the rebound will come Sevier County Smoky Barrettes in the rear court. Ball deflected and saved by number 20. Dribbling past Cannon all the way to the hole. Shot no good, but a foul's called. Personal foul called against the Lady Wildcats. 48.6 seconds to play. You're wondering why we have this terrible angle here. Sevier County asked us to set up here, unfortunately. Sevier County to the line. They lead by 1. Free throw up. Good. They lead by 2. We've got to knock down our free throws on the other end. 48.6 seconds to play. Good crowd on hand here for this Monday night of basketball. Oak Ridge and Sevier County. The boys' game will follow. Hope you'll stay tuned for that. Second toss. Missed it. Rebound, Stewart. Lady Wildcats down 2. Here comes Oak Ridge down the floor. Zayana to Jenna, and the lead. Three-pointers up. No good. Great hustle rebound by Lindsay Cleveland, and the Lady Wildcats set it up once again. Zayana Stewart, double-teamed, stripped of the ball almost, saves it, then throws it away. She got trapped, and then she tried to get out of it by heaving one to Jenna, but Jenna really wasn't open, and it'll be Oak Ridge basketball coming down the floor, or Sevier County coming down the floor, my apologies. Down the floor with 27 seconds to play. Sevier County by 2, 22-20 to the score. A deflection and a steal. Oak Ridge, good defense. Zayana, Wildcats with it. Driving with it will come Demetria. Comes cross court to Lindsay, to Jenna with 13 seconds to play. Jenna dribbles. Jenna drives. Jenna shoots. No good. Bella out to Lindsay Cleveland. There's three-pointers up. No good. 4 seconds to go. The Lady Wildcats passed up a layup. It's going to hurt. It's going to cost them, too. Lady Wildcats Bella had a layup inside, kicked the ball back out, and they have an opportunity to pad their lead at the free throw line. It's 22-20. Oak Ridge cannot get anything from the perimeter to go. It'll be the Smoky Barrettes at the line.
This is number 20 for Sevier County. This is her third trip to the free throw line, David. She's 3 of 4.
0.8 seconds to play. Toss. Good. 3-point lead. Lady Wildcats passed up a layup there, or at least a bunny, to try to get a bigger shot. 23-20 the score. Sevier County in the lead. Second toss. She hit them both. Good. 24-20 the score. Lady Wildcats, Jenna gets the shot off. It won't count as the first half comes to a close. Lee, your thoughts on the first half before you run down the stats?
Well, I mean, Sevier County, they were really pressing at half court, and it was a little bit of a challenge for Oak Ridge to kind of move the ball down the court. And, you know, Oak Ridge, I believe they found themselves down by 6 at least 2 different times there in the first half. They were able to come back and tie the game or at least take the lead. So I did like the fact that they were able to come back and things like that. And so they find themselves down by 4 here at halftime. You know, a lot of turnovers, a lot of, you know, passes being thrown away, but that's what happens when nobody's open, and, you know, a lot of turnovers, and so, you know, the game, I mean, they're right there with Sevier County. I think Sevier County's a good team, but I think the Lady Wildcats are a good team as well. They're playing right there with them, David.
24-20 our score. We're going to take a break here. Our commercial advertisers this year: Fox Insurance Group, Ortho Tennessee, the Oak Ridge Utility District, Mortgage Investors Group, Laura Lynn Green with State Farm Insurance. We also have Mike Kelly with Betsy Coleman Realty, Tim Bank of Oak Ridge. We do not have the way to do the radio today. I mentioned this. The guy that normally runs our games back at the station unfortunately came down with the flu over the weekend, and he's unable to push the right buttons. So we're just on our stream, on our YouTube stream on Prep Radio, and we're on Oak Ridge Schools Television Channel 15, and I believe we're on prepradio.com as well. 24-20 is our score. We're going to take a break, and when we come back, Lee will run down the final scoring of the first half. Oak Ridge trails 24-20. We'll be back to Sevier County High School in 3 minutes. David Clary back here along with Lee Wexler, Alex Waraxa, Gavin Kentop here at Sevier County High School. At halftime, the Lady Wildcats trailing 24-20. Lee, you've got the scoring at least for the Oak Ridge High School Lady Wildcats and maybe the Sevier County Smoky Bearettes.
That's right, David. Scoring at the half, the Lady Wildcats trailing Sevier County 24-20. Going to run down the scoring in the first half real quick, starting off with Demetria Strickland. She has 2 points tonight, and both of those points came on free throws. She's 2 for 2 at the free throw line, and she is 0 for 1 shooting twos and 0 for 1 as well shooting threes. Zayana Stewart with 6 points. All 6 of her points came in the second quarter. She's 2 of 2 shooting twos. She also has 2 more points coming from free throws. She is 2 of 5 at the free throw line. Ayana Porter, who I believe David was just talking about, is Oak Ridge's leading scorer. Ayana Porter with only 2 points there in the first half. She nailed a 2 off the basket back in the first quarter. That is all she has. She's 0 for 2 shooting threes and 1 of 2 shooting twos. Lindsay Cleveland with 2 points. Her 2 points came from the free throw line. She is 2 of 3 from the free throw line, and she is 0 of 3 shooting from the field. Jenna Johnson is leading the Wildcats in scoring in the first half. She has 8 points. She was 4 of 6 shooting twos and 0 for 1 shooting threes. Cannon Green also was 0 for 2. She doesn't have any points. She was 0 of 2 shooting in the first half, and that's a total of 20 points for the Lady Wildcats. As now I'm going to attempt to read the Sevier County stats. As the Sevier County roster we were given is very, very wrong, and so I'm just going to run down the scoring that we were able to get a screenshot of. Number 2, Natalie Schultz for Sevier County. She has 6 points. She made 2 threes there in the second quarter. Number 3, I'm having trouble reading this. Porlano. I'm so sorry, I can't read that. She has 4 points. She scored both of her points in the first quarter. Sorry, having to zoom in here. Number 20, Kinley Loveday, had a real good second quarter. She came off the bench. She has 10 points. She was 5 of 6 from the free throw line. She drew 3 fouls, made a 3, and also made a 2. Number 21, Aubrey Laney, has 2 points, coming in the first quarter. And then number 24, Haley Williams, has 4 points, both coming in the first quarter. So really for Sevier County, it was number 20, Kinley Loveday. She had all 10 of her points there in the second quarter, as the Wildcats find themselves trailing 24-20 here at the half.
I want to remind everybody our next broadcast of Oak Ridge High School basketball will be coming up on Thursday when the Wildcats and Lady Wildcats travel over to Alcoa to take on the Alcoa Tornadoes. We hope to broadcast on FM 92.7. We will broadcast on YouTube on our stream, on our Prep Radio channel like we are doing right now. We'll also be on prepradio.com and Oak Ridge Schools Television Channel 15. Since we're not able to run the commercials today, I'm going to tell you once again who our sponsors are all season long. These are our commercial sponsors. We're also asking people if they want to sponsor a ball game to get in touch with me. We'd like to have you do that as well. But our commercial sponsors this year are Fox Insurance Group, Ortho Tennessee, the Oak Ridge Utility District, Mortgage Investors Group, Laurel Lynn Green with State Farm Insurance, and Mike Kelly with Betsy Coleman Realty, and 10 Bank of Oak Ridge. We're just moments away from the second half. Lady Wildcats down 24-20. We'll take a break. We'll be back with the second half here from Sevier County High School in a moment. David Clary back here along with Alex Waraxa and Lee Wexler and Gavin Kentop. Lady Wildcats down 24-20, and we are just underway here in the second half. Here from Sevier County, the Lady Wildcats come out with Jenna Johnson along with Zayana Stewart, Ayana Porter, Bella Boone, and Cannon Green. That's the original starting five. Wildcats down 4. They've got a 3 if they want it. They're not going to take the shot. Wildcats working hard defensively. Can't fault defensive effort. Right there is a breakdown on defense. They get an easy layup. And the Wildcats are down 6 once again. They've trailed by 6 two different occasions. It's 26-20. Wildcats a breakdown on defense there. Wildcats get it across to Bella. Bella's harassed. Might need to call a timeout. Gives it off to Cannon. Ayana. Left side it goes to Zayana. She lost the dribble. Another turnover. Lady Wildcats had a lot of those in the first half. Sevier County with a chance to get their biggest lead of the night. And they're going to drive in along the baseline. She walks. Close to it anyway. Good defense, Ayana Porter, though. She's deflects and steals. Jenna Johnson running the floor layup. Good. Jenna Johnson off the glass, and it's a two points for her, and the Lady Wildcats are down 4 again. 26-22, Lady Wildcats. They've shot lights out from way downtown on their threes. Right now they're going to try to penetrate and drive in. Wildcats have backed off a little bit in what appears to be a zone as they work the ball, looking for baseline cut, unable to shoot, bounce past top of the circle. 26-22, Sevier County on top with 6:34 to play here in the third period. Their basketball, and I don't have their correct numbers. We do have their numbers now for statistical purposes. They get a 3 off. It's up off the top of the backboard, out of bounds. It'll be Oak Ridge. I'm going to ask you to do something for me if you would there, Lee. If you get a chance, just to write down some of their players' names here. I mean, don't kill yourself doing that, but the Wildcats working against their press. Cannon lobs it across the way to Zayana Stewart. Wildcats down 4, 26-22. Jenna Johnson, the ball knocked out of bounds. Last touch by Oak Ridge. Wildcats, way too many turnovers here. That time, Zayana really just could have just stayed put and just waited for somebody to come free. She tried to sling it over to Jenna and turned the ball over. 26-22 the score. Lady Wildcats down 4. Backdoor cut. They work the ball in. Here, nearly a steal. It's going to be a jump ball. The alternate possession arrow to Oak Ridge. That is an iffy call. It goes against Sevier County there. It'll be Oak Ridge basketball, but we'll take it at this point. 26-22, just a little bit quick with that whistle. Oak Ridge basketball. I was telling you during the break, and maybe even on the air, the Lady Wildcats have got to get more out of Ayana Porter. Ayana has been, one of our top scorers in every ball game this year. As Jenna goes inside, Lady Wildcats shoot a 3. It's going to be way short. Lady Wildcats. We're passing up easy shots. I'm not sure why Jenna passed up that shot. They worked the ball down the floor. They worked the ball in for a little hook shot, which is up no good. They get the rebound as, again, set it out for a 3. They're going to drive in, penetrate, little floating shot, good. Wildcats have passed up some bunnies to set it out for 3s, which they don't need to do. We needed to get the higher percentage shot. Bella brings the ball down the floor, throws the ball away. Another turnover, try to get it in the Cannon. Wildcats, they cannot make lazy passes, and unfortunately, Sevier County has taken advantage of that. I don't have the turnovers right now. There's a breakdown on defense. Blocked shot by Jenna out of bounds. 6-point game, 5:02 to play. Here comes Lindsay Cleveland in the ball game. I think the pace of the ball game, nothing against Bella. I think the pace of this game kind of requires Lindsay Cleveland to be in there right now. The Lady Wildcats aren't getting rebounds anyway, as that ball is knocked out by Sevier County. Thought Zayana touched it last, but we'll take it. Good defense by Zayana Stewart. Oak Ridge ball coming down the floor. Here comes Ayana Porter. Has Lindsay Cleveland to her right, Cannon Green to her left. Cannon throws the ball away. That's another turnover. Tried to get it to Jenna, just not enough behind the pass. And just making it too easy for Sevier County to launch a 3 wide open like this. Good. When they watch the tape at this ball game, they're going to see the turnovers as Jenna Johnson drives in, pulls up and shoots. Not a good shot. No rebounding at all. Lady Wildcats look kind of gassed, actually. As Sevier County launches another 3. It's good. 3-point shot. And Coach Taylor's going to have to call a timeout. 34-22, just like that. We'll take a break. We'll be back in a moment. Welcome back once again to Sevier County High School. The Wildcats find themselves down 12. The Wildcats throw the ball away again. Another turnover, just forcing it. You know, Lady Wildcats don't like this pressure. And nice pass inside. 14-point lead because the Wildcats can't control the basketball. Here comes Oak Ridge down the floor. Ayana Porter trapped in the midcourt line. She go right into the defense. To Lindsay Cleveland it goes. She turns the ball over. Ball is loose and another turnover. Wildcats just cannot control it. Just too many turnovers. It was a good first half, but here in the second half, Lady Wildcats just can't control the basketball. And I'm not trying to be negative here, but it's just the way it is. They cannot handle the pressure that Sevier County is putting on them, and they cannot rebound. And they've had some breakdowns on defense, like right here. They had a layup right there. They passed it up along the baseline, almost a walk there. Wildcats down by 14. Here's a shot, good, off the glass. Wildcats now down 16 points, 38-22. Here comes Oak Ridge with it. Jenna Johnson fires a pass. Right side it goes to Demetria Strickland. Back to Porter. Porter dribbles in, lost the ball, another turnover. Then the Wildcats get the ball right back, and then it's knocked out of bounds by Sevier County. It's all Sevier County here in the third quarter. 3:17 to play. Ridge is playing with them tough here in the first two quarters, but here in the second half, doesn't even look like the same team, does it?
No, right now in the third quarter, Oak Ridge, they're playing on Sevier County's terms right now. It's been all Sevier County.
Another turnover. It's got to be 20 at least for the Lady Wildcats here. At least it seems like it. They'll bring the ball down the floor. Number 2 with it. Lobs it in. Breakdown on defense. Layup missed. Rebound to Sevier County. Wildcats have got to be stronger inside there. Just kind of manhandled inside by these Smoky Bearettes. 38-22 the score. Lady Wildcats back on defense here. They lob the ball in. Nice play. Oak Ridge gets a steal. Zayana Stewart. Here comes Oak Ridge running. Demetria Strickland all the way in. Will not be able to shoot. Backs it up to Ayana. To Cannon for 3. Good. Banked in, and it counts. And the Lady Wildcats have scored for maybe the first time here this quarter here.
Yeah, that's going to be the second score of the quarter, David.
Here comes a shot off the glass by them, and here comes Oak Ridge to Jenna Johnson. Jenna brings the ball down the floor, right corner, three-pointer on its way. Good. 3-point shot by Demetria Strickland, and the Lady Wildcats are back to within 12. 40-28 the score, getting a little bit more fluidity in their offense here. They have the basketball. Outside, driving with it. Baseline shot, good. What a great shot. Little floating bucket by number 2. Here comes Oak Ridge wanting to run. Down by 14, another turnover. Wildcats are going to touch it in the rear court. It's over and back. It's a good call by the official. No. Oak Ridge wanted a deflection. It actually was deflected by Sevier County off the body of one of our players in the rear court. It's a good call by the officials. Oak Ridge fans didn't like it, but it's a good call. Smoky Bearettes will work the ball in. 1:52 to play, third quarter, 42-28 the score. It was a good game in the first half. Lady Wildcats trying to creep their way back in it. They're going to have to do it defensively. Working the ball outside. Good defense by Demetria. They work the ball in. They'll drive in. Good defense there. It's going to be a jump ball, the alternate possession arrow to Sevier County, I do believe. Good defense by Demetria Strickland. Thank you, Lee. Got the names of their players now, the correct names here. 42-28, Sevier County in the lead. Sevier County's girls JV just demolished our JV earlier in the game. I think it was a 20 or 30-point loss for the Lady Wildcat JV. So their girls are good as usual. Boys are good too. There's a deflection, ball knocked out. Last touch by Sevier County. Oak Ridge will get it with 1:28 to play in the third period. Oak Ridge playing with Cannon Green, Ayana Porter, Demetria Strickland, along with Zayana Stewart and Oak Ridge's Jenna Johnson. Here's Zayana dribbling all the way in, right off the glass. Shot is no good. A little wild that time, hit the side of the backboard. Yeah. Here they work the ball down the floor, underneath the goal, free throw line. They'll drive in. Shot is blocked by Jenna. Jenna's got the rebound. She's going to bring the ball down the floor. Jenna Johnson in the rear court. 42-28 the score. 1:03 to play in the third period. Oak Ridge basketball. Playing at Sevier County Thursday will be at Alcoa. Here comes Oak Ridge. Cannon Green with it. Top of the circle against the zone. Swings it over to Johnson. Round the left side to Zayana Stewart. 48 seconds to play. Oak Ridge basketball. Here's Cannon driving the baseline. Her shot is up. No good. It's another jump ball. The alternate possession here this time to Oak Ridge. 40.4 seconds to play. Lady Wildcats continue to penetrate and kicking the ball back out against this taller team. I'd like to see him be a little bit more aggressive and just go to the rack. Just go to the rim. As Oak Ridge will work it in, and it comes to Ayana Porter. Got to get Jenna Johnson in. Here's a three-pointer up. Good. Three-point shot by Demetria Strickland. And that's her second here in the third quarter. And Lady Wildcats are down by 11. Got to play some defense now. Demetria has been very tenacious. They're going to call that a little bit too tenacious and aggressive. Foul call against Oak Ridge. I think it goes against either Ayana or Jenna. And it'll be Sevier County basketball, 42-31. It goes against Jenna. That'll be her second. 24.3 seconds to play. Pass deflected, almost taken away by Zayana on a good deflection and hustle. Their basketball, number 21 with it. That's Laney. She drives in. That's an offensive player control foul. Nicely set up by Zayana Stewart. 17 seconds to play. Third quarter, 42-31 the score. The Lady Wildcats trailing. Wildcats will play for the final shot, but they got to get the ball down the floor first. Here comes Demetria running out of there all the way to the baseline, and she's driven out of bounds, and a foul called against Sevier County. It's going to go against Jaden Sharp. 8.9 seconds to play. Fouls are not an issue here in the third period. The Oak Ridge basketball, 8 seconds to play. And it comes Ayana. Has Demetria on the right wing. Knight heads fake, drives in, little 6-footer short. 3 seconds, 2 seconds, 1 second. That's the end of the third quarter. We've played 3 quarters of basketball here at Sevier County High School, and the Lady Wildcats trail at 42-31. We'll be back in a moment.
Checking in for Sevier County, number 23, Madison Barnes.
That foul was on number 22, right there at the end. 41-42.
Says you're doing a great job.
I know.
Of course, my mom said that.
I mean, I guess they're just not doing radio. We're over there. No, I guess they do the boys' game.
What's that? Welcome back once again to Sevier County High School on our YouTube channel, Prep Radio. We're also on Oak Ridge Schools Television Channel 15 and on prepradio.com. Lady Wildcats were down by as many as 16. They're down by 11 now. Sevier County basketball, backdoor play, nice cut, shot good. They score with number 11. That'll be Emma Fowler. Lady Wildcats down by 13, 44-31. Ayana Porter across the line, trapped. Needs help, gives it over to Lindsey Cleveland, who drives in, pulls up and shoots. No good. Rebound to Oak Ridge. Lindsey Cleveland has it, and she'll set it up once again. Demetria has been hot, and she remains hot. 3-point shot, Demetria Strickland, and the Lady Wildcats trail by 10. 44-34 the score. Demetria coming through with some big offense for Lady Wildcats as a double dribble is called against number 10. Demetria didn't, I don't think, even scored in the first half, did she?
Yeah, no scoring for Demetria in the first half. She is 3 for 3 shooting threes here in the second half. Her 6 points all coming via shooting threes.
44-34, a 10-point Smoky Barrett lead. Oak Ridge down, 7:08 to play in the game. Lady Wildcats with the basketball. Here it goes to Ayana Porter. Works the dribble right, fires it into Zayana, turning, spinning, going up for the shot, blocked. Taken on the floor by the Smoky Bears. Taken right back by Oak Ridge. Here come the Lady Wildcats. Cannon dribbles, stops, gives it out once again. The Lady Wildcats will set it up cross court. Very bad pass, intercepted again. Just way too many turnovers here. Here they come down the floor. They work the ball down the floor and turn it over. Wildcats have it. Here comes Demetria quickly down the floor. Demetria lobs it. Zayana, layup, block, foul call. Man, from way down here, it looked like all ball, but we'll take it as the Lady Wildcats will go to the free throw line, but they got to hit their free throws. Zay's been at the line a few times tonight. She's missed a few. Got to knock these down. What has Zayana done here at the line?
Sayana is 2 of 5 at the free throw line.
10-point game. Here's the toss. No good. 44-34 the score. Sevier County gets number 20, Loveday, back in the ball game. Also will come Natalie Schultz. 44-34 the score. 6.5 minutes to play in the ball game. Boys game will follow. Second toss. Zay knocks it down. Single-digit lead now. 9-point game. Lady Wildcats down 44-35. Disastrous third quarter, Lee.
Yeah, Coach Taylor will not be happy with the Lady Wildcats' third quarter performance.
Here they come down the floor. They work the ball against Oak Ridge's press. They're working along the baseline. They lob it in. Number 21. She dribbles in, throws up a shot. She's fouled. I think it's going to go against, well, it's against one of the Wildcats. I thought he signaled 20. It's going to be number 10, Ayana Porter. That's going to send number 21, Aubrey Laney, to the free throw line. 44-35 the score. Free throws up, good. Back to a 10-point cushion for the Smoky Bearettes. Two teams haven't played in a long time. Used to play them a lot back in the 80s and 90s. Not so much now. Second toss, good. Oak Ridge ball. Cannon works it in to Ayana Porter. Trapped in the rear court. Looks to split the defense. Does. And then throws the ball away. She got through the defense, looked to Lindsey Cleveland, who was kind of down the floor in the rear court, but the pass was just too strong and too out of her reach. And here comes Sevier County facing Oak Ridge's press. In the rear court, yet to get the ball across the line. 10-second count is on. They get it across. Good defense there by Lindsey Cleveland. Lady Wildcats getting Lindsey Cleveland back. Her first ball game of the year. Had a little hip issue. Great to have her back, and she's contributed for the Lady Wildcats. Here they come, number 2, Schultz with it. 5:43 to play, 46-35 the score. Lady Wildcats 1-2 on the year. Trying to avoid a 1-3 start. They'll play Alcoa on Thursday. They drive in. You got to take a charge right there. Missed shot. Jenna has the rebound. Jenna coming down the floor for Lady Wildcats. Pushes it. Brings the ball across the line. Drives all the way to the hole. Shot is no good. Forced it between 3 defenders and turns the ball back over to the Smoky Bearettes. Wide open 3. No good. Rebound tipped. Taken away by Oak Ridge. Here comes Oak Ridge coming down the floor. That's Demetria. Demetria Strickland drives in. Cannot penetrate. Backs it up. Ayana, top of the key. 3. Good. 3-point shot. Ayana Porter. And the Lady Wildcats trail by 8. 46-38. The three's getting Oak Ridge back in the ballgame. Here they come down the floor. Sevier County in the rear court. Good defense, Oak Ridge. They've yet to get the ball across the line. There is 10 seconds. Great defense by the Lady Wildcats. 46-38 the score. Sevier County will bring their tall trees back in the game. We don't have a good roster. We don't have their heights anyway, but they're big. They've got a lot of big girls that come in and off the bench. It'll be Oak Ridge basketball down 46-38. 4 minutes, 44 seconds to play in the ballgame. Lady Wildcats with a basketball. Demetria trapped, gives it off to Zay. Zay drives the baseline all the way through and throws it away. I mean, I understand she's trying to get the ball to the corners. They get a shot up, good. But I don't know how many points they have off of our turnovers. It's a bunch, I can tell you. As Oak Ridge throws the ball to the left corner, Lindsey Cleveland baseline jumper got hammered, no call. One of the keys, I don't know what the rebounds are. Turnovers and rebounds have been a huge key. You cannot fault the effort of the Lady Wildcats. They have played hard. They have played aggressive, but they've just turned the ball over too many times, and against this taller team, they haven't been able to get any rebounds, and they really just continue to give them extra shots. Their basketball, 3:50 to play in the game, 48-38, a 10-point advantage once again. Ticking it on down, number 2 dribbling. Penetrates all the way to the right block and scores. Got to step in front of her, take a charge, and we're down by 12 again. 50-38 the score. Here comes Zayana Stewart down the floor. Zay attacks the ball across the midcourt line, dribbles right, kicks it out for another three. Good! Another three by Demetria Strickland. And the Lady Wildcats trail by 9. 50-41. Demetria with her 4-3.
That's right, David. 4 3-point shots, and if my business analytics degree math is right, that is 12 points.
Sevier County thought about shooting a 3. They worked the ball to the free throw line. There's a walk. Lady Wildcats are going to get it with 3:06 to play in the game. 50-41. Man, those turnovers have just killed the Lady Wildcats.
David, you've done way many more games than I have, but this is the most amount of turnovers and intercepted passes and just that I've ever seen from the Lady Wildcats.
Lindsey Cleveland, back out it goes to Ayana. Ayana thought about shooting a 3. Lady Wildcats court spacing's not good. Here's Jenna Johnson, a little 15-footer, hits the rim, no good. Jenna, kind of a frustration foul, comes and fouls the rebounder there. Jenna, it's a little bit different. Jenna last year was around the goal a lot more, and that's their philosophy this year, I guess. And she'll probably be a wing in college for sure, but she's so good around the goal. Here comes Sevier County down the floor in a 9-point game, 2:45 to play in the ball game, 50-41 the score. Lady Wildcats have given them a battle. We'll play them again here in about 3 weeks at the Wildcat Arena, and maybe it'll be a different outcome. Lady Wildcats just trying to feel their way through, get better every game. Not quite there yet. 2:24 to play. They've got good talent. They've got good effort. They've got good skill, but they've got to do a little bit better job on their ball handling, and they got to figure out a way to get more boards. It's been one and done a lot here in this ball game. Sevier County just running the clock out here. Lady Wildcats could use a stop. They're not going to get it. They do. They get a shot. Rebounded and saved away by Zayana Stewart to Lindsey Cleveland. Lindsey Cleveland down the floor. Lady Wildcats working inside. There's a foul. Stops the clock with 1:53 to play in the ball game. Foul is going to be called against Haley Williams of Sevier County. Her third. 50-41. The Lady Wildcats down 9. The boys' game will follow as Oak Ridge prepares to work the ball in. In it comes Ayana Stewart. Blocked. All ball. But that's going to send Oak Ridge to the free throw line. So Ayana struggled at the line tonight. She needs to hit them both here. It's a 9-point game. 1:52 to play. Ayana Stewart looking at it. Aims. Looks at it. Dribbles a couple times. Eyes the cylinder. Puts the free throw up there. And good. Got a friendly carom off the back end of the rim. That's good. That's all that matters. It drops in. 8-point game, 50-42. 1:52 to play in the ball game. A disastrous start in the third quarter has the Wildcats down big, and that one's no good. Rebounded by Sevier County. Smoky Barrettes moving our way, wearing their purple jerseys. Ball knocked out of bounds by Zayana. Zayana Stewart knocks it out, 50-42. And let's see, we got a timeout on the floor. Why don't you run down the score into this point in the ball game?
Well, Demetria Strickland, she has 14 points, 12 of those coming from the 3-point line. 2 more were at the free throw line, so that is a total of 14 points. Zayana Stewart, she has 4 points at the free throw line, and she has 4 more shooting 2s. I believe that is 8 points, as if I'm doing correct math in my head. Ayana Porter only with 4 points. Lindsey Cleveland has only 2 points. Both those came at the free throw line. Cannon Green has only 3 points. She made a 3 back in the third quarter. And Jenna Johnson only has 1 second-half score. She made a 2 back in the third quarter. So Jenna Johnson's been shut down here in the fourth quarter. Jenna Johnson with a total of 10 points.
Boys game will follow here on our YouTube channel, Prep Radio. Thursday night, the Wildcats will be at Alcoa. Congratulations to the Anderson County Maverick football team. They are playing for the state championship on Friday or Saturday. Congratulations goes out to them. Congratulations to them. Anderson County, not Clinton. They didn't make the playoffs.
Yeah, Clinton's not playing.
It'll be Oak Ridge basketball. Or Sevier County basketball, my apologies. 50-42 the score. 1:43 to play. Lady Wildcats got to either foul or get some stops here. 98 seconds to play. Here's the trap and a steal. Jump ball is going to be called. The alternate possession arrow will go to Oak Ridge. Wildcats converged on the ball. The girl who had it never saw it coming, and Oak Ridge will get it side midcourt. Sophomores on the floor. The Wildcats currently have 3 sophomores, 1 junior, and 1 senior on the floor. The Oak Ridge only has 1 senior on the team. It's a young team. Lindsay inside Zay. Zay with a shot. No good. Rolled off the rim. Would have been an opportunity for a 3-point play. Just wouldn't fall. And Zayana Stewart will go to the free throw line. Sophomore. Part of that Robertsville State Championship team that won the state championship, middle school state championship a few years ago. Zay to the line, shot good. 7-point lead for Sevier County. I would have at least half of that third quarterback, Lee.
Yeah, that was a very poor third quarter, and that's really the difference in the ball game right now. It was only a 4-point game at half, and really the Lady Wildcats came out and just played poorly there in the third quarter, and if they can unless they pull off a miracle, that's what's really going to kill them.
Sevier County basketball, it's a 7-point game. The Lady Bears, they call themselves the Bearettes. They're in the lead 50-43. They get a layup. Good. Wildcats had to gamble a little bit, and that happens. Here comes Oak Ridge down the floor. Lindsey Cleveland throws the ball away. Good hustle by Sevier County. Number 24 just anticipated the pass and picks it off. 52-43. I don't think the Lady Wildcats will foul here. They're down 52-43, 50 seconds to play. Lady Wildcats have only committed 3 fouls anyway, so to get them to the line, they're going to have to commit a few more. 46.5 seconds to play in the ball game. 52-43. Sevier County ball side midcourt. 46.5 seconds. Turnovers, the big key. The boys game to follow. This Sevier County Bear team is undefeated at 3-0. Wildcats will be tested in that game. Wildcats do commit a foul here. It's only the 5th team foul. 38.9 seconds to play. How much did they outscore us there in the third quarter?
I believe at one point it was about an 18-2, something like that. I think it ended up being like a 20-8 being outscored with the Lady Wildcats. 20-8, I believe.
52-43 the score. Sevier County turns the ball over. Wildcats had it for a moment. They've got it again. Another jump ball. This time the alternate possession arrow gives the ball to the Bearettes. 32.3 seconds. Can't fault the Lady Wildcats' aggressive play and the way they have played. I mean, their effort's good. This team's going to win a lot of ball games this year. Stay with them. They're just learning to get and they get an easy bucket up. Good. Wildcats are down by 11 again, 54-43. Here comes Ayana down the floor. Ayana Porter dribbles right, going to drive all the way in. Cannot shoot. Cannon thought about it. Now will. It's on its way. Good. Cannon Green, I think that's her first 2 points. Yes, Cannon has her first 2 points, and that'll be the final score, I believe. Lee says, let's see if they shoot. Final score is posted, 54-45. Lady Wildcats fall to the Sevier County Smoky Bearettes by 9. 54-45. Lee, your thoughts on the game? And I've been saying it all along. Turnovers, rebounds, and a terrible third quarter doomed the Lady Wildcats.
Yeah, turnovers were kind of really the main theme there in that game. The way Sevier County was playing defense, Oak Ridge turning the ball over, throwing it out of bounds, and just really not anticipating, where they need to be. I thought that third quarter was quite honestly a disaster coming out of halftime. Not sure what was said in there at halftime, but whatever it was, it didn't work. But they played a tough opponent. I thought they played them tough for the most part. I think, I don't want to say they got a little lazy, but Sevier County had some easy layups there, getting kind of late there in the fourth quarter, which I didn't really like. But, played a good opponent, young team, and hopefully they'll be able to, learn from this game moving forward.
Smoky Bears are on the floor. We're waiting to speak to Coach Paige Taylor. Lady Wildcats defeated. We'll take a break. We'll be back with a look at the final stats in a moment. Oak Ridge boys getting ready to take on the Smoky Bears. Our sponsors on our stream and Channel 15 and prepradio.com are the Farks Insurance Group, Ortho Tennessee, the Oak Ridge Utility District, Mortgage Investors Group, Laura Lynn Green with State Farm Insurance, Mike Kelly with Betsy Coleman Realty, Tim Bank of Oak Ridge. We'll be back to Sevier County with a look at the stats or Coach Taylor in a moment. Welcome back once again to Sevier County High School. Joining me, the head coach of the Oak Ridge High School Lady Wildcats, Coach Paige Taylor. Coach, I'm going to say a couple things. I'll let you just comment on this. I thought your effort was really good tonight. You played hard, but there were a couple things I know you have to be disappointed in. Turnovers, I don't know the number, but it was.
8 at halftime. I know that. We had 8.
It just seemed like a lot. Rebounding was an issue. They're bigger than you, but they did a great job. Just it was one shot and out for you all, and they were getting offensive rebounds on this side. Turnovers, along with the lack of rebounding and and free throws too, and a disastrous third quarter really kind of doomed you.
Yeah, I mean, we went in at halftime and we had 8 They had 8 turnovers too. We were even with the turnovers, but I mean, all of our turnovers were, I felt like, unforced. Nothing that they like forced us into. Us making bad decisions, misreading things. I felt like, you know, and we only had one offensive rebound, and that came at the end of the second quarter when Lindsay Cleveland got a tip on an offensive rebound, and we got it. That was our first offensive rebound in the whole first half. They had 5 or 6 offensive rebounds at halftime, and that's a difference. You know, you don't get any second chance shots, and they get 5 or 6. That's a difference in 10 points right there if you look at it that way. You know, I felt like you said, I mean, it was our turnovers, free throws. I mean, I'm not blaming the game on free throws, but you make free throws, and that's a completely different game. You know, I mean, at halftime, it's a tied ball game. We get missed 4 free throws at halftime. It's a tie game. You come out with a different mentality. You make free throws down the stretch. It's more like a 3 or 4 point game instead of a 10-point game.
One thing that they haven't had to have happen to them in any ball game really as aggressive, their pressure on you sped you up early in the ball game, and it took you a little while to get used to that. And a lot of those turnovers, like you said, were just panic, basically, just throw the ball away.
And that's what we talked about at halftime. You know, the up tempo should be in our favor. It should be in our favor. But that's why teams press you and try to speed you up to make you make quick, bad decisions, and that's what we were doing. We were making quick bad decisions, and I mean, we work on getting into, when you get trapped, we work on the retreat dribble every day in practice, retreating out of that and going around it. We seem to want to dribble right into it, you know, or try to dribble through it. There were, I don't want to be negative, I mean, there were some really good things that we did tonight. I thought, you know, when we shared the basketball, it was pretty basketball, like it was good basketball. Our defensive effort at times, except for the third quarter, and they were mental breakdowns, things that we've scouted that they knew that we just had breakdowns with, and that's what happens. You know, basketball I've always said, to me, it's a game of runs, and they went on a big run, and we tried to go on a run. I mean, we cut it back, but we allowed too much of a gap in the third quarter, and we couldn't dig our way back.
I'll tell you, one person who kind of stepped up for you was Demetria Strickland. I think she had 4 3-pointers in the second half, and that really kept you in the ball game.
Yeah, you had Demetria's 4. She banked in 1. Cannon banked in 1. I mean, that was you know, you're making threes. I mean, that's the way you want to climb back, and you know, they wanted to find her and get her the basketball, and she wanted to take those shots, and so I mean, that's what you want. But we've got to figure out, you know, that's a team. I was talking to their coach before the game. They didn't lose one player from last year's team.
Sub-state team.
A sectional team.
Yeah.
That knows how to get there. They're like what we faced last year with Farragut. You know, the senior heavy, junior heavy, and they've been here before, and they want to win. They know how to win. And we're sitting right there, you know, we're sitting right on that edge, and we've just got to make that decision, you know, to go get those wins. I'm not going to blame it on the youth. I mean, but that is a very experienced basketball team.
Coach, you have Alcoa coming up on Thursday, I believe it is,
Yes.
over there. I remember last year, pretty competitive ball game. I think you were behind most of the game over there. Came back to win it, and then at our place, I think they beat us. I think maybe
Yes, they
yeah.
did.
I don't know. I haven't looked at Alcoa. I don't know if you have at all, but what do they have coming back?
I watched 2 films on them today, actually, and they've got 2 guards that are really good that they had last year, and they've got a couple bigs inside. They're going to play aggressive. They're going to play fast. They can shoot the three. They can drive. They drive to attack to score. They share the basketball really well. It's another really good basketball team. And you've got to believe that playing this level of competition, because this game right here could potentially be a sectional game for us.
Yeah, I agree.
And that's why you come here. You come here now. You experience this. You play a tough schedule. The key is these girls, they got to keep working. They got to stay hungry. Like, they can't get down. They got to stay hungry because, you're playing Alcoa. That's going to prepare us. That's a team that will prepare us for big games, and that's in that region semifinal if we can get there, in that region championship game, and that sectional game if we can get there. That's the goal.
Coach, I'll let you go here. Just your final comments on this game tonight.
A little frustrated. I mean, but a lot of positive things. Like I said, I don't want to be just negative about it, but all the things that the things that we can fix, like the things that we didn't do well, are all fixable things for us. They're all like, we're capable of taking care of the basketball. We're capable of making free throws. We're capable of not turning the ball over, and we just got to get there with the confidence and get there mentally.
Coach, have a safe trip home. We'll see you Thursday.
Thank you.
Paige Taylor, the Lady Wildcats defeated here at Sevier County. We'll play them in about 3 weeks at the Wildcat Arena. Let's get Lee in here. He's got the final stats.
Thanks, David. The Lady Wildcats fall by a final score of 54-45. And the final stats here, Demetria Strickland with a total of 14 points, and she would go on to lead the Lady Wildcats in scoring with 14. She was 4 of 5 shooting threes. She had 12 points shooting threes. She was 2 for 2 at the free throw line. She was actually 4 of 5 shooting threes. With Zayana Stewart totaling 9 points. She was 2 of 6 from the field, and she was 5 for 11 at the free throw line for a total of 9 points. Ayana Porter with only 5 points. She made a 2 and a 3. She was 2 of 5 shooting from the field. Lindsay Cleveland with 2 points. Both of her points came from the free throw line. She was 0 for 5 shooting from the field. She was 2 of 3 at the free throw line. Cannon Green had a total of 5 points. She made a 3 and a 2. She was 2 of 5 shooting from the field. And Jenna Johnson, who was really kind of shut down there in the second half, she totaled 10 points. All of her points came by shooting twos, basically layups, and she was 5 of 11 shooting from the field. So Demetria Strickland with 14, Zayana Stewart with 9, Ayana Porter with 5, Lindsay Cleveland 2, Cannon Green 5, and Jenna Johnson 10. Looking over at Sevier County, number 20, Kinley Loveday, totaled 15 points. Number 3, Pearland with 10. Number 21, Aubrey Laney had 6 points. Number 2, Natalie Schultz had 13 points. And number 24, Haley Williams with 8 points. Number 11, Emma Fowler with 2 points. That is the final scoring and statistics that I have. And that's all I got, David. I don't know if we want to go to timeout or you want me to continue reading.
What was the final score?
Final score here at Sevier County was 54-45. Lady Wildcats fall to Sevier County. And, right now we are going to turn our attention now to the boys' game, as the Wildcats put their undefeated record on the line against the undefeated Smoky Bears. Both teams come into this game at 3-0. The Wildcats have wins against York, South Doyle, and Cott County. Sevier County's wins have come against Maryville, Pigeon Forge, and South Doyle. The only common opponent has been the South Doyle team, and both teams won by similar margins. Oak Ridge beat the Cherokees by 26, while Sevier County won by 24. Both games were here at Sevier County. Last season, the Wildcats opened the season by winning the first 5 games of the season, and their best start ever came to begin the 2015-2016 season, as Oak Ridge went 15-0 before losing to Davy Crockett in double overtime at the Arby's Classic. Oak Ridge's season that year would end in overtime to that same Crockett team in the sectional. And speaking of sectionals, the last time Oak Ridge and Sevier County played was in the 2019 sectional on this floor here at Sevier County, and Oak Ridge lost that game 62-57. Before that, the Wildcats and Smoky Bears had not played since the 2013 sectional when Oak Ridge defeated the Bears at the Wildcat Arena. The last regular season game between them came in 1995 when my parents were married. Oak Ridge leads the series 12-4 since 1988. 5 of the previous 16 games have come in the postseason. Oak Ridge's next game is on Thursday at Alcoa. The Wildcats defeated the Tornadoes last season twice. Oak Ridge won at Alcoa 80-71 and at home 87-56. Oak Ridge has won 13 straight in the Sporadic Series, dating back to their last loss in 1998. Oak Ridge leads the series 61-30 since the first game back in 1949. And tonight we are on prepradio.com, channel 15, and streaming live on YouTube on our Prep Radio channel. We would like to also thank our sponsors that make tonight's broadcast possible, and that would include the Fox Insurance Group, the Oak Ridge Utility District, TN Bank of Oak Ridge, Ortho Tennessee, Mortgage Investors Group, Mike Kelly with Betsy Coleman Realty, and Laura Lynn Green with State Farm Insurance. We'll be back with the boys' game here in Sevierville in 60 seconds.
Welcome back once again to Sevier County High School, getting set for this boys game. A good student section here for the Sevier County Smoky Bears. They are right here in front of us, wearing their all purple. Pretty good crowd for a non-district ball game here tonight. The Wildcats and Smoky Bears, they don't play too many times. Last time, as Ali mentioned, and we talked about this, the 2019 sub-state ball game, and I tell you, they opened the doors at 6 o'clock. At 6:10, there was not a seat to be found in this place. They had not been to the state tournament since 1991. They love their basketball. They got beat the first round of the state tournament, but at least they went. Wildcats, it's not that crowded for sure, but it's still kind of loud.
Yeah, it is loud, and like you mentioned, the student section is right in front of us as we are kind of over here in the corner, but should be a good environment. I thought it was pretty loud for the girls' game, but, the boys' game, like you said, there is some history between these two teams, I think really mainly in the playoffs, but, it should be a good game. Like you said, good crowd here for a Monday night, weekend after Thanksgiving, and, these two teams are not in the same district, but I'm not sure how it is right now. Do these, with the new district realignments, but can these teams still match up in the postseason?
Yes, they would be in the sub-state. They are in the upper East Tennessee region, though. So they could very easily. They're with Morristown West and that group.
Yeah, and new district realignments coming. I'm not sure where they'll be, but it should be a good environment here at Sevier County.
Here we go. The Wildcats come out with, it looks like Lucas Hammonds. The Wildcats will have Ray Watson. That's Raekwon Watson. Grayson Strader, Caden Brightheart, Brennan Scott, and who am I missing? I guess that's everybody. And Lucas Hammonds, I think I did say him. Lucas is going to be jumping for the Wildcats. Jumping for them will be number 23, Reed Owenby. He is 6'4". He is a sophomore. They don't have a lot of size here, but I bet you they're quick. We'll see how it goes here as they match up here. Both teams are undefeated. Both 3-0 coming into this one, and we are about to get set from Sevier County High School. The ball controlled by Sevier County, and we are underway. With the basketball comes Roman Gibbons. He works the ball down low. Gibbons, he had a layup. If he wanted, he backed off of it. Ball's knocked away. They work the ball top of the circle. I don't know why he backed off. He had a layup if he just turns around. As they work it out for a three, it's on its way. It's up. No good. Rebound to Oak Ridge. Ray's got it. Coming down the floor, Raekwon Watson, the sophomore point to Brennan Scott. Three-pointer to start the game. No good. Rebound, Sevier County. Coming down with the basketball will come Owen Brooks. They work it in for a shot. Good. Along the baseline by number 10, Caleb Tarwater. And the Wildcats trail it 2-0. Here comes Oak Ridge again. Brennan outside the three-point line. Picked up defensively there by Tarwater. Out it goes to Watson. Raekwon gives it off to Brennan. Guns a three. Good. Three-point shot for Brennan Scott, and the Wildcats have the lead. 3-2, 7:05 to play here in the first period. Here comes Sevier County down the floor. With the basketball will come Reed Owenby, drives the baseline, pulls up, throws the ball out to the top. Saved on the midcourt line on a deflection. It'll be Sevier County basketball. Wearing their white jerseys with purple numerals. The Wildcats wearing their cardinal and gray. Three-pointer, no good. Rebounded by Grayson Strader. Wildcat basketball. Pulling it down, Brightheart. I said it again. Caden Updegraff is no longer with us. Here's Grayson Strader with the basketball at the free throw line of Brennan. Three-pointer on its way, on target, no good. Tracked down by Raekwon Watson. Watson with the basketball. Looks to Hammonds, comes cross court to Brennan. Pulls up. Probably should have given it to Grayson. He was wide open. Gives instead to Watson on the top of the key to Lucas Hammonds. Back to Brennan. Brennan had a three, won't take it. Here comes Caden Brightheart with the basketball. He falls down. Throws the ball into Brennan. Ball is jumped, and loose ball. It'd be a jump ball. The alternate possession arrow to Oak Ridge. Wildcats have got to distribute the ball just a little bit better here. Although they do have the lead 3-2. 6:11 to play in the first period. It'll be Oak Ridge basketball. Sevier County coached by Kenwright, assisted by Brad Loveday. Oak Ridge basketball. Strader with it to Brennan around the right side of Brightheart. Double team. No place to go except to Ray. Ray off the glass shot block. Out of bounds to Sevier County's hands. Off it goes off against them. It'll be Oak Ridge basketball. They're active defensively. They're not big by any stretch of the imagination, but they are active. 3-2 Wildcats here. Big crowd on hand here. Big student section of Smoky Bears here. Oak Ridge ball, the sophomore point. With the basketball, that's Raekwon Watson. Around a screen by Hammonds. No place to go. Lost the ball. Turned it over, ran right into a trap, and turns it over. Sevier County dribbling down the floor all the way to the hole. Shot is blocked, and a foul called against Oak Ridge. If anything the Wildcats have had their issues with, it is turning it over with their sophomore point. Not just him, but that's something that he's going to get better and better. He's already very good with the basketball. And at that time, he ran right into the trap here. Sevier County ties it with the free throw. Reed Owenby, 6'4" sophomore. 3-3 our score, 5:43 to play. Gavin Kentop is doing our camera work down below. Alex Boraxa doing scoreboard and camera up top. We apologize for the view as Oak Ridge has the basketball to Grayson Strader. Brightheart for three. Good. Three-point shot for Brightheart. And the Wildcats retake the lead by 2. 6-4 the score. Here they come down the floor. We apologize. The Wildcats get a steal. Here comes Brennan Scott with it at the free throw line. Back to Brightheart. Back to Scott. Wildcats got to square the floor. Scott dribbles around a screen, gives it out to Caden. Caden dribbles right. Somebody's open. It's going to be Grayson Strader. They're guarding him aggressively. Back to Scott he goes. Wildcats inside. Grayson layup. Here it is. No good. Partially rejected. Saved away by the Smoky Bears. We apologize for the view. This is where they told us to set up the camera. I know it's not perfect. Here's a steal by Caden Brightheart. Brightheart coming down the floor. Has numbers, has the shot. Missed it. Rebound to Sevier County will get it. Last touch by Oak Ridge. Wildcats in the lead, 6-4. Not a great view. We're doing the best we can, though. Sevier County basketball, number 2, Roman Gibbons, 5'10" player. He works it in. They almost step out of bounds with it. In it comes to number 10. That's Caleb Tarwater. They work the ball to Gibbons. He works the ball straight down the floor. Shows up a shot. No good. Breitharp on the rebound. He's fouled. Personal foul called, I think, against number 2 for them, Roman Gibbons. And actually, it's going to be on number 22 for them. That'll be Jaden Barton. Number 23, Reed Owenby. It'll be Oak Ridge basketball. Yeah, there he is on the floor. I didn't see his number. Thank you, Lee. 6-4 our score, 4:35 to play. Oak Ridge ball. Here goes Brendan Scott. Around it goes to Ray. Back to Brendan. Wide open. Three-pointer. And good. Brendan Scott has his second 3 of the ball game. And a timeout is asked for by the Smoky Bears. Oak Ridge in the lead, 9-4, 4:23 to play first quarter. Lee, just like the girls' game, both teams like to get up and down the floor. Both are very aggressive defensively. The girls' game was very exciting. The guys' game already starting out that way.
Yeah, Sevier County's left Brendan Scott open several times. He's 2 of 4 shooting threes. He's got 6 points so far. Sevier County, maybe that's why they called timeout. Brendan Scott, it's almost like he was surprised he was that wide open when he shot that 3. As Oak Ridge finds themselves up ahead by 5 points, 9-4.
Lady Wildcats were defeated today. The Lady Wildcat junior varsity team was defeated. Sevier County's girls program has always been strong. Coach Gaddis came up here and said, wanting to know about Sevier County's team, and his exact words were, Sevier County's girls as good as they always are? And I said, yes. They've been to the sub-state the last 2 years, and they've lost to Maryville and to Farragut. As they bring the ball across the line, they have numbers. Blocked shot by Oak Ridge. Great save there by Breithart. Saved on the floor by the Smoky Bears. 9-4 of the Wildcats in the lead. Sevier County's number 0, Bryson Hedrick, with the basketball. He walks with the basketball. Wildcats will get it. The man who actually walked was Gibbons, as he got the pass over there from number 0, Hedrick. The greatest thing about this, Lee Wexler, is our roster is 100% right.
Yeah, the roster this time for the boys' game, or at least for Sevier County's boys roster, is good, so that really helps.
9-4, Wildcats in the lead. Grayson Strader holds the ball, gives it over to Ray. Ray inside of Caden, spinning 6-footer, good. Caden Breithart scores, and the Wildcat lead is 11-4. Here comes Sevier County down the floor. Against Oak Ridge's pressure, they get it in. In it comes to number 10, that's Tarwater. He works the ball across the way to number 23, Owenby. Owenby drives the baseline, drives in, shot good. They score off the glass, and it's 11-6. Oak Ridge coming down the floor. They collapse back in their half-court defense. 3:33 to play first quarter. Grayson Strader with it, top of the key. Back to Breithart. Thought about driving in. Couldn't get the ball to Lucas Hammonds. Backs it over to Ray. Back to Caden. There's Lucas. He drives the baseline. Goes inside Grayson's shot. Player control. Offensive foul against Lucas Hammonds. I think that's his second. Here comes Bryson Comer off the Oak Ridge bench. He passed the ball off and then trucked the guy on the baseline. It'll be Sevier County basketball. 11-6 the score. 3:21 to play in the first period. Wildcats in the lead. Sevier County facing Oak Ridge's pressure. 5-second count. They get the ball in. It was a long 5. Officiating has been really, really good. In the girls' game, it was excellent, to be honest with you. 11-6 to score. Maybe we'll get that kind of treatment at home as they work the ball. Ball's taken away by Grayson. Grayson Strader with it. Pushes it up to Brendan Scott. Has Bryson Comer down the floor. Comes cross-court to Ray. There's Grayson. Won't take the 3. Caden swings it around to Brendan. Brendan head fakes. Just need to get rid of it. Reverse the ball, Coach Green says. Here it goes to Grayson. No place to go. Gives it back out to Watson. Watson harassed. Gives it into Bryson Comer. Back to Ray. Splits the defense. Takes it to the hole. Missed it. Bryson on the big board. Bryson Comer up with a shot. Good. Bryson Comer with a bucket, and the Wildcat lead is 13-6. 2:36 to play here in the first period. Their ball. They work the ball in against Oak Ridge's pressure. Here's a steal by Grayson. He has the ball ripped out of his hands, saved on the floor. Here comes Sevier County with it. Down the floor it goes to Owen Brooks. Brooks brings it across the midcourt line. 2:33 to play, first quarter, 13-6. The Wildcats in the lead. Breithart, 5-second count was on. He spins in the paint, goes in for the shot. Good. Nice spinning shot there by the Smoky Bears. And here comes Oak Ridge down the floor. With the basketball will come the Wildcats. Ray Watson Ray drives in, lost the ball. Picked up on the floor, though, by the Wildcats. And jump ball is called. The alternate possession arrow will give Sevier County the ball. 13-8 the score. So not a bad-looking team by Sevier County has, as the Wildcats have Grayson Strader. They have Price Davis in the ball game for the first time. Brennan Scott, Caden Brightheart, and Bryson Comer. Price Davis just fresh off the football field and had a really good summer, Coach Green has told me. And my first look at him, actually. Sevier County to work the ball in, 2:11 to play, first period. Wildcats on top 13-8. Smoky Bear basketball. Wildcats working hard defensively. Over it goes to Hedrick. Hedrick outside the line, looks down low, swings it out to the top of the circle. Here it goes to number 23, around to number 25, around to the top it goes once again to Gibbons. They work the ball for a free throw line jumper, is good. 13-10 the score. Tarwater on the bucket, and over the baseline turnover is called against Oak Ridge. The official says that Grayson stutter stepped across the line, and that is an unforced turnover right there. Once again, it'll be the Smoky Bears to work the ball in. They've cut the gap to 3, 13-10. The Wildcats getting a lot of offense early from three-point shots. Nothing unusual as they work it in. And it comes to number 40, throws up a shot, no good. The rebound pulled away by Sevier County. They've got it top of the circle. Here it goes out to Owenby. Owenby works the ball at 25, baseline jumper off the rim, no good. Rebounded by Price Davis. He throws the ball away. They work the ball down the floor at Price right off the football field, as I said, as they get a shot up, no good. This time rebounded by Brennan, he's fouled. Foul called against the Smoky Bears. Minute 25 to play first quarter. As I mentioned, Price Davis played football for the Wildcats, and he is the second football guy to get in. The Wildcats got a chance to see Connor Cummings get in the ball game against South Doyle, or against Cocke County, I guess. Oak Ridge basketball momentarily. Sevier County out-hustled the Wildcats to a loose ball, and they cut the gap to 1. 13-12 the score. Price is going to drive the baseline. Offensive control, player control foul. And listen to this crowd. They are into this ball game for sure.
Well, Oak Ridge has kind of helped it get loud because Oak Ridge has been a little sloppy with the ball. A couple of turnovers and over and back, and then an offensive foul that time. It was a 13-8 game. Now it's a one-point game. Oak Ridge still in front.
Sevier County with the basketball coming down the floor against Oak Ridge's pressure. The Wildcats trap. They easily break it across the line. In the corner, bounce pass, they'll drive in. Shot is up, no good. Rebound Sevier County. Then a jump ball should be called. They're going to call a reach-in foul against Grayson. The officiating has been good until right there. I think that was one of the worst calls I've seen. Reach in, they're going to call a foul against Oak Ridge. It's going to go against Oak Ridge's Grayson Strader. That'll be his first. 13-12 the score. The Wildcats up a point. Sevier County basketball. Under a minute to play here in the first quarter. Game you're watching on the YouTube stream, our Prep Radio channel. Number 10 with the basketball, that's Tarwater. He works the ball to his right over to number 10. They work the ball for a 3. No good. Good rebounding position for the Bears. Back up with a shot. They miss another one. Bryson Comer's got the rebound. They are really aggressive on defense. Wildcats by 1. Ray Brennan pulls up, shoots a 3. Good. 3-point shot for Brennan Scott. And the Wildcats find some offense here, and they're up by 4. 27 seconds to play in the first quarter. 16-12 the score. Down the floor with the basketball will come number 2. That's Gibbons. Gibbons holds it, gives it over to Tarwater. They work the ball inside the paint. There's nearly a walk there. Three shot is no good. Brightheart on the rebound. Here come the Wildcats down the floor. Caden Brightheart driving all the way to the hole. What a shot. It's off the glass. Good. Brightheart scores, and Oak Ridge leads by 6, and the inbounds is knocked out of bounds by Sevier County. With 2.3 seconds to play, it'll be Oak Ridge basketball. 18-12 Wildcats, and we'll see what they can do here in the final 2.3 seconds. Wildcats trying to work it in. 18-12, the Wildcats in the lead. Here's the lob. Bryson Comer with a shot, no good. Grayson has the rebound as the first quarter comes to a close. We have played one quarter of basketball here at Sevier County. Oak Ridge leads it 18-12. We'll be back to Sevier County in a moment.
Checking in for the Wildcats, number 3, Marcus Peters. Returning for the Wildcats, number 1, Lucas Higgins.
Radio channel or station? We're unable to do radio tonight. We're live streaming on YouTube. Prep Radio Oak Ridge.
David Clary back here along with Lee Wexler. We've got Alex Waraxa with us. Got Gavin Kintop doing camera work for us as well. 18-12 the score. Very entertaining first quarter, Lee.
Yeah, it was. As we're starting the second quarter here, 18-12, a lot of scoring that time. I'll tell you what, Brennan Scott was left open. A couple times there. He drained three-point shots. He's got 9 points. Good first quarter for Brennan Scott.
Oak Ridge has Marcus Peters in the ball game for the first time. Bryson Comer along the baseline fires it out to Ray Ray. Ray Ray about to be trapped up high, backs up right in front of the Sevier County bench. Got a screen from Lucas Hammonds, finds Brennan free. Brennan's still open. Ball knocked out by Sevier County. 7:40 to play second quarter. They're very active, this Sevier County team. They can shoot the ball, obviously, from the perimeter. They really harass you wherever you go. It's kind of a weird defense they play, but it's effective for them for sure. Marcus to work the ball in. Then it comes to Ray Ray. Raekwon Watson, sophomore, at the point for the Wildcats. Replacing Kel Slater, who was the Wildcat point guard for the last couple of years. Ray Ray drives left. Marcus was wide open. Brennan is again. No good. Good rebound by Lucas Hammonds. Good. Lucas Hammonds gets his first 2 points, and the Wildcat lead is back to 8. 20-12 the score. Here comes Sevier County down the floor. With the basketball, Jaden Barton, they shoot a three. It's good. 3-point shot made good by number 23, I believe, Reed Owenby, and the Wildcat lead is 5. 20-15 the score, 7:06 to play in the second quarter. Ray Ray with it to Marcus Peters. Marcus back to Watson, to Hammonds up high, working the perimeter. Lucas attacks inside, lost the ball, saved it, and knocked it out of bounds. It'll be Sevier County ball. I guess part of the game plan is to get Lucas to drive like that. Didn't really have a lot of room and turn the ball over. It'll be Sevier County ball. 20-15, the Wildcats in the lead. Oak Ridge has never trailed in the ball game. They've led the entire way, but it's tight, obviously. 6:54 to play here in the first half, 20-15. Tommy and Martha Lee listening to our broadcast, watching our broadcast on our YouTube channel, Prep Radio, as they bring the ball down the floor. Number 10 with it. Over goes to Tarwater. Tarwater picked up by Brennan Scott. 20-15 the score. To Hedrick it goes against Marcus. Dribbles left, swings it out to number 2. That'll be Gibbons. Gibbons drives to the free throw line against Comer. Cannot shoot. Holds it, gives it out to number 10. Throws up a prayer. It's not answered. On the rebound, though, comes Sevier County back up with it. No good. Again, no good. Again, no good. This time, Lucas Hammonds had the rebound, saved on the floor. It's a jump ball, the alternate possession arrow to the Wildcats. They are killing the glass, are the Bears. It'll be Oak Ridge basketball, I do believe, underneath the goal. It will be their ball. Oak Ridge getting Grayson Strader back in. Caden Brightheart checking out. Bryson Comer checking out. Marcus Peters checking out. 20-15. Actually, it should be our ball, I thought. I thought it would be. I guess not. Sevier County ball. They'll work the ball in. Hedrick from the baseline. Looks. Bounce pass comes into number 23. Shoots and scores. Here come the Wildcats. Their lead is cut to 3. 20-17. Ray Ray down the floor. Waits and gives it over to Brennan. Thought about shooting a 3. They guard him more aggressively. The Wildcats turn it over again. Off the fingertips it goes of Hammonds, and he'll bring the ball down the floor. Number 2 with it. They've got a wide open 3. Good. And that 8-point lead is no more. 20-20 the score. Turnovers hurting the Wildcats. Brennan on the baseline shoots. Good. Brennan Scott stops the bleeding for a moment, and it's 22-20. Here they come down the floor. Sevier County moving right to left with it. 5:40 to play here in the first half. Hedrick with the basketball. Trapped. Harassed. Fires it along the baseline. Bounce pass go inside for the shot. Good. They score. Once again, number 23 for them. That'll be Reed Owenby. Wildcats in a 22-22 ball game. 5:24 to play in the ball game. In the first half of the ball game. My apologies. Brightheart with the basketball. Holds it. Things calm down just a bit. Brennan dribbles in. Brennan scoring. Ray scoring off the glass right now. Good. Ray off the glass. Oak Ridge back up by 2. 24-22. Here comes Sevier County trying to get the ball in bounds. They do. And it comes to number 10. That'll be Tarwater in the rear court. Ray defending him. Picked up on the right side. They give it up to number 22, Barton. They play a lot of players like we do. Pass underneath the goal. They turn. Baseline jumper is good. Wildcats have got to do a good job on him. Owenby is really good. Wildcats are tied at 24.
Yeah, Owenby's had a good quarter, David. That is 9 points for Owenby. They got to be able to contain him a little bit better.
Wildcats, I think, turned the ball over. Nope, they're going to say Sevier County touched it. 24-24 the score. Wildcats have got to get Grayson a little bit more involved in the offense.
9 points for Owenby. Sorry, 9 points. It's 13 total points for Reed Owenby for Sevier County.
24-24 the score. We're live here at Sevier County High School on our YouTube channel, Prep Radio. Brighthart works it in to Ray. Watson back to Brighthart. The ball knocked out by Sevier County. Last touch by number 10, Caleb Tarwater, the Oak Ridge basketball side front court. Alex Waraxa doing the scoreboard and cameras. The Wildcats working in the straighter to Ray. They leave Brennan open again. He fakes the 3, dribbles right and lost the ball. Just out of his fingertips. He couldn't decide whether he wanted to shoot or pass, and they can take their first lead right here. They're not going to. The Wildcats might have a dunk. Here comes Brennan Scott, turning, spinning, driving, missed the shot. Grayson back up, good. Grayson Strader gets the putback bucket, and the Wildcats retake the lead by 2. 26-24, here comes Sevier County down the floor. They could take, he didn't take the shot. Shot on his way, good. Wildcats tied again, 26-26 the score. Here's Ray straight down the floor. Caden Brighthart for 3, good. 3-point shot for Brighthart, and the Wildcat lead is back to 3, 29-26. Down the floor, Sevier County. 3:45 to play. Hardly any stoppage of play in this ballgame. What an exciting one we have here at Sevier County. Now pace is kind of slowing down just a bit. 3:35 to play. Second quarter, 29-26 the score. Their basketball, they throw the ball away. Oak Ridge will get it. Up by 3. 3:29 to play. What an exciting ball game, Lee.
You're right, it is an exciting ball game. Wildcats are leading it, so that's good. Just back and forth action. It's been really close. One team scores, another team answers. And, it seems like it could be like that for the rest of the game. And Oak Ridge, they just need to continue playing with that lead, continue getting Brennan Scott open. He's drained a lot of points.
He has to come out of the ball game. He's got to be dead tired. They've played basically the same lineup here. It's been an up and down the floor affair. Hammond's with it in the paint. Cannot shoot. Quez for 3. No good. Bryson Comer with the rebound. Back it goes Brighthart around to Thomas. Quez dribbles out to the top, back to Brighthart. Looks to Bryson Comer. Can't get the ball to him. Attacks inside. Goes to the left side. Ray won't take the 3. He'll drive and make it a shorter shot. No good. They call a charge. Set up nicely by number 25. And that is Bryce Sanith. I said it wrong, but that's his name. It'll be Oak Ridge with the basket or with the lead, 29-26 Sevier County after the player control foul. Not so sure about that one, honestly.
Yeah, I'm not sure the Sevier County defender set his feet that time, but anyway, they're going to call a charge, offensive foul on Raekwon Watson.
The officiating has been good for the most part. Not so sure about that one. Here comes Sevier County down the floor. The Wildcats gambled a little bit. They'll drive the baseline. No place to go. They back it up once again to Owenby. Owenby gives it up to Tarwater. Tarwater in the paint. It goes up good. Tarwater scores. It's a 1-point Wildcat lead. 29-28. This is a really good Sevier County team. 29-28 Wildcats. Brighthart. Quez Thomas dribbles right. Bryson Comer had the baseline. He shoots from the baseline. It's up, no good. Rebounded by Sevier County. Bryson could have made that a shorter shot. He had the baseline to drive if he wanted to. Sevier County ball with a basketball number 14 for them. Out it goes out to Hedrick. They've got a 3 and the lead. Good. 3-point shot will go to Owenby, and the Wildcats are down for the first time tonight. 31-29, Oak Ridge basketball. Bryson Comer with it to Brighthart. Brighthart drives right, swings it out here to Ray. 2 minutes to play. Quez with the basketball to Comer, to Quez. Quez Thomas around to Ray. Looks at a 3, won't shoot it. Backs it up, now penetrates in. Brightheart's got it along the baseline. Inside to Hammonds. Hammonds for the shot. No good. Bryson has the rebound. Bryson Comer to Quez Thomas. Drives the paint, goes in for the shot. He's fouled by everybody. Personal foul will be called against the Smoky Bears, and that'll send the junior Quez Thomas to the free throw line for the Wildcats. 31-29, Sevier County on top. 1:41 to play. Wildcats trying to rest some of their players. The pace of the ball game is what Oak Ridge likes, but I think Sevier County does too, by the way they're playing. Quez's free throw is good. He'll have another one. It's a 1-point game, 31-30. Here comes Grayson Strader back in the ball game, and Price Davis in the game for the second time. Let's see what Quez can do with this second toss. 31-30, Sevier County in the lead. Toss, tie game. 31-31 the score, Sevier County ball. Wildcats currently playing with Brennan Scott coming into the ball game. Quest checks out after hitting a couple big free throws. Bryson Comer's in. The Wildcats have Caden Brighthart in the ball game, along with Price Davis. 31-31 the score, 1:35 to play in the second quarter. These two teams will match up again at the Wildcat Arena in about 3 weeks or so. 31-31 the score, 1:28 to play here in the second period. Their basketball along the baseline. Good defense, Oak Ridge. They work it out to Hedrick. Hedrick fires it inside. They look for a backdoor cut. Nobody's free. Over to Tarwater it goes. He's fouled. Fouled by Caden Brighthart. And for Caden, let's see how many fouls that'll be. That'll be his first team foul number 6 against the Wildcats. And that'll send number 10 to the free throw line. That'll be Caleb Tarwater, the senior. Try to give his team the lead. He does. With the first one, it's good. 32-31 the score. 1:16 to play, second quarter. Back to the line they go. Tarwater shoots, missed it. Rebound to Bryson Comer. Comer looks for Price Davis. He's got the ball. Price having trouble with his dribble. Slings it out to Brennan. Three-pointer, no good. Grayson Strader on the rebound, back to Price. Back to Scott, to Bryson. Oh, shoot the ball. Here's a shot by Grayson Strader, up no good. Bryson had a point-blank shot there. I know Grayson was open too, but I'd love to see Bryson be a little bit more aggressive in that situation as the Wildcats prepare to work the ball in, down by a point. Brighthart to Brennan. He's wide open. He didn't take the shot. Here it goes to Price Davis. Davis over to Comer. Price looks a little unsure of himself with his ball handling, and that's understandable since he hasn't been on the basketball court but a couple days of practice. Foul called against Sevier County. Will be only their 4th team foul. 53 seconds to play, first half, Oak Ridge ball. Ooh, almost over and back right there. Here's Grayson with it. Grayson Strader to Brighthart. Backs up, works the ball to Price, around to Scott. Brennan dribbles in. Thought about shooting, will not. Brighthart to Price, three-pointer, they need it. No good. Rimmed out. Wildcats down a point. 35 seconds to play here in the first half. Here comes Sevier County down the floor. The Wildcats in a 32-31 ball game. Sevier County can play for the final shot. They will not. They turn it over. Ball goes off the fingertips of a freshman out of bounds. It'll be Oak Ridge basketball. Ray's going to come back in the ball game. Price Davis is checking out. Oak Ridge ball right in front of their bench. 24 seconds to play in the first half. The Wildcats down 32-31. Their biggest lead, 8 points. Sevier County's biggest lead, I think, was only 2 maybe. We're down to 13 seconds to play. Wildcats have got to get the play in motion. Here's Caden Brighthart to Brennan Scott, to Ray, to Grayson. He'll turn, he'll spin, he'll reverse layup. It's up, no good. Rebounded by Sevier County. 2 seconds, 1 second. They get one, and it's no good as the first half comes to a close. Wildcats trail 32-31. They led by as many as 8 in the first half, but they trail by 1, 32-31. The pace of the game being played like the Wildcats like to play, but as I said, Sevier County likes to do the same thing. Lee, before you do the stats, your thoughts on the first half?
Well, I mean, I thought it was a very back-and-forth first half. I thought really these teams are kind of even, with the exception of Sevier County. It's really been just 2 guys, whereas Oak Ridge has kind of spread the scoring out. For Sevier County, it's been Caleb Tarwater and Reed Owenby. Oak Ridge really didn't have much of an answer for Reed Owenby there in the second quarter. I'll get the stats down here in a second, but for Sevier County, it was only Tarwater and Owenby. They also have a point from Jaden Barton, but it was pretty back and forth. Oak Ridge, they did squander a lead. They were leading 18-12 after the first quarter, but they trail 32-31. Got a little bit sloppy with the ball there in the second quarter, but like I said, I think these teams are pretty even. For Oak Ridge, they've been able to spread the ball around, but Sevier County is just being dominated by really two guys, scoring-wise. I think it's been pretty even, David.
We are live on YouTube on our Prep Radio channel. We're also on Oak Ridge Schools Television Channel 15 and on prepradio.com as the Wildcats trail at 32-31. Our next broadcast will be coming up on Thursday as the Wildcats travel to Alcoa to take on the Alcoa Tornadoes. We'll be on the air at 6 o'clock with the girls' game, hopefully on FM 92.7 and FM 94.7. So far, not so good for the Oak Ridge teams. The girls' junior varsity was defeated. The girls' varsity defeated. The guys are trailing by 1 here at halftime. 32-31 our score. When we come back, Lee will run down the first half statistics, give us a recap of the girls' loss. We'll do all that and come back to Sevier County following this 3-minute timeout.
Welcome back to Sevier County High School here in Sevierville, where the Wildcats are trailing the Smoky Bears 32-31 at the half. I'm going to run down the halftime statistics here. Jaquez Thomas, this is my first game doing these guys, so I'm sorry if I mispronounce these names. Jaquez Thomas has 2 points. Both of his points came at the free throw line. He was the only Wildcat to make it to the free throw line. He nailed both of his free throws. Lucas Hammonds, he has 2 points. He's 1 of 2 shooting from the field. Also, Grayson Schrader with 2 points. He is 1 of 4 from the field. Bryson Comer, also 2 points. He is shooting 1 for 3 from the field. Brennan Scott with 11 points. He is, and I didn't calculate this one. Yeah, he's got 11 points. He made 3 3-point shots there in the first quarter and then made a 2 there in the second quarter, so he's got 11. Raekwon Watson with 2 points. He is shooting 1 for 3 from the field. Also, Caden Brighthart has 10 points. He's made 2 threes and 2 twos. He is shooting 4 of 5. And then also Price Davis 0 for 1. He does not have any points, but he is shooting 0 for 1. Looking over at Sevier County, and really it was only 2 players really for them. They were led in scoring by Reed Owenby, who led the Smoky Bears in scoring with 18 points. He made 2 threes and shot 5 of 7, shot 7 of 10 from the field, made both of his free throws. Caleb Tarwater with 9 points, was 1 for 2 at the free throw line. The rest of his points were shooting 2s. Owen Brooks has 2 points, and Jaden Barton shot and made a 3 And so he has 3 points. His 3 came there in the second quarter. So the score here at halftime is Sevier County 32, Oak Ridge 31. And I'm going to flip sheets here. I'm going to run down some scoring from the girls' game. The Lady Wildcats fell to the Smoky Bearettes. Final score in that one was 54-45. The Lady Wildcats were led in scoring by Demetria Strickland. She had 14 points, followed by Zayana Stewart with 9. Jenna Johnson had 10 points. Cannon Green with 5. Ayana Porter with 5. And Lindsay Cleveland with 2. And I can't remember if I mentioned this, Cannon Green with 5. So Demetria Strickland with 14, Zayana Stewart 9, Ayana Porter 5, Lindsay Cleveland 2, Cannon Green 5, Jenna Johnson 10. And then looking over at the Smoky Bearettes, number 20, Kinley Loveday had a good day. She had 15 points, followed by number 3, Pearline. We didn't get her first name. The rosters we had for the Sevier County Smoky Bearettes, our roster was very, very wrong. It's like they gave us a roster from last season. But anyway, Pearland for Sevier County had 10 points, followed by Aubrey Laney with 6 points. Natalie Schultz for Sevier County had 13 points, and number 24, Haley Williams, had 8 points. And the final score of that one, again, was 54-45. As we're here at halftime here at Sevier County, the Wildcats are trailing Sevier County 32-31. The Wildcats were leading after the first quarter, 18-12, but kind of squandered their lead there in the second quarter. Been, in my opinion, a pretty even matchup, but really I think the Wildcats are going to have to figure out what to do with Reed Owenby. He's kind of had his way with the Wildcats so far, scoring-wise. The Wildcats will next be in action this Thursday at Alcoa. The Lady Wildcats will begin at 6 o'clock, and the Wildcats, the boys, will follow on that one. We will be on FM 92.7. We will stream the game on prepradio.com as well as our YouTube channel, Prep Radio. We're going to run down our sponsors. We'd like to thank our sponsors who have made tonight's broadcast possible. That would include the Fox Insurance Group, the Oak Ridge Utility District, TN Bank of Oak Ridge, Ortho Tennessee, Mortgage Investors Group, Mike Kelly with Betson Coleman Realty, and Laura Lynn Green with State Farm Insurance. We're going to step aside. We'll be back here with more action at Sevier County here in a moment.
Welcome back once again to Sevier County High School. Getting ready to play the second half here. Really exciting first half of basketball. The girls' game was exciting in the first half, too. The Lady Wildcats had a disastrous third. I don't know if Lee said that, but hopefully the guys can come out as hot as they were in the first half. Oak Ridge's biggest lead has been 8 in the ball game. And turnovers have not been the same issue that was for the girls. They're just a really very fundamentally sound team for the Sevier County Smoky Bears. I mean, they really are fundamentally sound. Wildcats will get the ball first as we start play here in the third quarter. 32-31 the score. Oak Ridge comes out with Grayson Strader, Ray Watson along with Bryson Comer. The Wildcats have Caden Brighthart and Brendan Scott in the ballgame. Grayson with the basketball to Ray. Has Brendan in the right corner. Now gets the ball to him. Back to Ray. Almost evacuated that spot when the pass was heading that way. Wildcats trying to get the ball inside. They throw it away. Forced it into Grayson, couldn't get it, and here comes the Smoky Bears down the floor with a shot off the glass, no good. Wildcats, Bryson Comer's got it. Bryson looks for Ray, and the Wildcats have the ball down by 1. 32-31 the score. Great penetration by the Wildcats. Bryson thought about a three right there, will not. Here comes Ray off the glass, good. Left-handed off the glass, and Watson scores, and the Wildcats retake the lead. 33-32 the score. Here they come down the floor. With the basketball will come number 14. That'll be Owen Brooks. He works the ball to his left to number 2. That'll be Gibbons. Gibbons picked up by Bryson Comer. 7:07 to play third quarter. They will drive in, bounce pass along the baseline. They work the ball inside. They'll drive in, no place to go. They throw the ball away. Oak Ridge will get it on the turnover. Very active are the Smoky Bears. They're very good. They're well coached. They shoot the ball well. They rebound. They're very fundamentally sound. So really good. This is by far the best basketball team we've played so far. Oak Ridge basketball. Caden Brighthart with it over to Scott. To Ray Watson. Down the floor. Drives in. Kicks the ball back out. Caden, three-pointer. On its way. Good. Three-point shot for Caden Brighthart. And the Wildcats have the lead by 4. 36-32. They run the floor and get a shot off. Good. They score with number 10, and Tarwater scores. And here come the Wildcats back the other way. Here it goes to Brendan Scott. Brendan pulls up. He shoots. It's going to be short. Rebound out of bounds. Last touch by Oak Ridge. Brendan might have rushed that just a bit. He's been pretty hot tonight, especially in the first quarter, not so much recently. Wildcats have the lead by 2.
Caden Brighthart, he's had a good night shooting threes. He's 3 of 3. He's got 9 points shooting threes. He's got 13 total points. That's Caden Brighthart.
6:20 to play in the third period. Oak Ridge on top, 36-34. Their basketball, that's a pretty shot. Good. They score with Caleb Tarwater. 4 straight points for them. Wildcats in a tie ball game. 36-36 to score. 6:05 to play third quarter. Grayson Strader with it to Brennan. Brennan drives in. He's all out of control there. Bryson Comer hustles to get the ball right back. The ball is kicked out. The Wildcats will not get it. I think they're going to say the 50-50 ball will be last touched by the Wildcats. On the road, you don't get many 50-50 balls. That's on the other end of the floor. I couldn't see it anyway. Their basketball, ball is knocked out, and we might have a reach-in foul against Grayson Strader. That is the case. He grabbed him with his left arm and then tried to deflect the ball back out. That's his second foul. 5:43 to play here, and the clock's moving. 36-36 to score. Their basketball. Wildcats just a moment ago were up by 4. They can retake the lead here if they can get the ball. The Wildcats get it away. Here comes Ray with a steal. Ray Watson down the floor for the Wildcats. Has Brighthart free. Gives it to Grayson Strader. Three-pointer, no good. Rebound out of bounds. They're going to call a foul against number 10, Caleb Tarwater. He undercut. I don't know. The clock should not have been running. They kept it running there. It'll be Oak Ridge basketball for Tarwater. His first foul, team foul number 1 against Sevier County. 36-36 to score. Brennan Scott for 3. No good. Rebound, Brighthart to Ray. Ray dribbles, doesn't shoot. Now he does. Right elbow, shot good. Really nice shot by Raekwon Watson, and the Wildcats retake the lead by 2. Here's the home run pass. Incomplete. It'll be Oak Ridge basketball. Nobody touched it until they got to the baseline. They went with the full court pass. Was it touched by anybody? I guess they say it was. So the Wildcats will get it in rear court. 38-36, the Wildcats on top by 2. 5:05 to play. We're on the road here at Sevier County High School. They'll come back and play them on December the 20th. The Wildcats try to work the ball in. Last touch by Sevier County, ball knocked out of bounds. December the 20th, they'll be at the Wildcat Arena for a rematch in the girls and the guys. Hope you'll be there with us. Wildcats will try to work the ball in, up by 2. Brighthart works it into Grayson, turning, spinning, shooting, no good. Rebound, gets his own rebound, and he's fouled. I believe Let's see if they rule him in the act of shooting or rebounding. Grayson Strader is the guy fouled. The foul is going to be called against number 14, Owen Brooks. It is a shooting violation, and Grayson Strader will go to the free throw line. Grayson hasn't really gotten a lot of points. He's been harassed everywhere he's gone.
No, he's only got 2 points, and he is 1 of 5 shooting from the field as he misses his first free throw.
Hit the front end of the rim. He'll have another one. 38-36. Free throw shooting doomed the Lady Wildcats. Coach Taylor pointed that out to us in that game. Grayson back to the line. Shoots. Good. Oak Ridge by 3. 4:53 to play third quarter. Here come the Bears down the floor. Quickly, the Wildcats are going to get steal. Bryson Comer's got it. And it's another jump ball, the alternate possession arrow to the Bears. They try to run against Oak Ridge, and a couple times they have struggled a little bit here recently. Wildcats are used to running. Bryson almost with a good steal there. It'll be Sevier County basketball. Caleb Tarwater, 6'1" senior, to work the ball in with Grayson in his face. He works the ball over to number 25. Dribbles in. Swings the ball inside, number 30. They lost the ball. Brighthart steals it. Brighthart dribbling, driving, waits. Very wisely. Good decision there. Didn't have anything as the Wildcats set up their offense. Wildcats look left. Over goes to Brennan. Inside, fires it into Grayson. Grayson harassed along the baseline. Slings the ball back out. Taken away. Really good defense by Sevier County. They are really, really good. They almost turned the ball over. Wildcats have got to be as active on defense than they are. Here comes a steal by Ray, and he calls a whistle and a foul, I believe, against number 23, Reed Owenby.
Third foul.
That is tough foul against him. I mean, that was just 2 guys going for the ball there, Lee. I mean, that's a tough foul against Sevier County.
Yeah, Reed Owenby, that's his 3rd foul, and he is leading Sevier County in scoring with 18 points, but no points so far here for him here in the third quarter.
4:16 to play third period. Wildcats' next ball game will be Thursday. The Wildcats will be traveling to Alcoa, take on the Alcoa Tornadoes. As I mentioned, like Anderson County's in the state championship game this weekend. Alcoa, no shocker there, back in the state championship ball game. I don't know how many football guys they have, but they will not be available, obviously, on Thursday. And that game will be on the radio, on the internet, and we'll stream it as well. And that'll be coming up on Thursday.
Yeah, Alcoa, I think, in the state championship for, the umpteenth amount of time. They play down there in 3A, and I think they're playing East Nashville or something like that. But, I believe they'll play maybe Friday morning or something.
The West High Rebels in the state championship game. They'll take on Page, and they knocked off the Pal Panthers and ended their season. A couple turnovers, actually 3 turnovers by Jordan Potts in that ball game doomed the Panthers. 39-36 Oak Ridge with the lead and the ball. Their biggest lead has been 8. 4:15 to play third quarter. Strader with the basketball, works it into Brighthart. Brighthart doesn't have the numbers, still shoots, no good. Rebound, kicked away, and taken away. Brennan was open in the right corner. They were bound and determined to get the ball inside. They're wide open. They're going to drive in. Baseline jumper is no good. Bryson Comer on the rebound, steps out of bounds with it. Good call by the official. For the most part, well officiated ball game. Really, 3 really good officials up here. 39-36. The Wildcats are going to get Hammonds in the ball game. Bryson's going to check out. Bryson Comer. Wildcats have Ray Watson, Brennan Scott, Grayson Strader, Caden Brighthart, and Lucas Hammonds in the ball game. Here's the pass thrown back in the rear court, tracked down by the Bears. Coming out away with it is Owen Brooks. Harassed, drives in, coast to coast. Shot is good, and he's fouled. Kind of a frustration foul. Once number 14, Owen Brooks, got past Ray. He was maybe a little embarrassed, and he went and he comes in. He didn't commit the foul. It's going to be called against Brighthart, and they can tie it at the free throw line.
That was quite the move to the basket. Straight to the basket that time by Owen Brooks. That's only his 4th point of the night.
Not exactly sure what the official just said to
I
something.
think we added some time back to the clock. Some time back to the clock.
Yeah, they had trouble with the clock here the other night, as that free throw is no good. Rebounded by Oak Ridge. Wildcats have it, leading by 1, 39-38 over Sevier County. Grayson Strader, Lucas Hammonds, double team back to Strader. Strader cannot shoot, back to Raekwon Watson. He dribbles right, slings it into Lucas Hammonds. Oh, great pass. Shot good. Great ball movement there by the Wildcats. Hammonds to Strader, and the Wildcat lead is back up to 3.
That was Grayson Strader that time. I thought he may have I thought he got hit that time, but they don't call a foul. Good job that time moving the ball underneath the basket.
Fadeaway jumper is good. They score inside with Reed Owenby. You cannot allow him that much penetration. Back to a 1-point Wildcat lead. 41-40 the score. 3:03 to play here in the third period. Caden Brightheart with the basketball. The Wildcats to Brendan Scott in the corner. Into Lucas Hammonds. Swings it out to Ray Ray. Ray Ray drives, goes inside. Grayson Strader turning, spinning, driving, shooting, and scoring. Grayson Strader puts it in, and Oak Ridge leads by 3. 43-40 the score. 2:45 to play. They're trying to work the ball in. And it comes to number 0. That's Hedrick. Bryson Hedrick guarded by Brendan Scott in the rear court. Bumped by Brendan Scott in the rear court. Swings the ball left side over, goes to Owenby. Owenby back to the top of the circle. It goes to Tarwater. They launch a 3. It's no good. Rebound, Sevier County for a moment. They've got the basketball. Tie game. No good. Rebound, foul call against Grayson. Tried to get the ball. Great position there by number 23, Reed Owenby. He's just a really good player. And Grayson picks up another foul. That's his 3rd foul. And Price Davis is going to have to come back in the ballgame. 43-40 Wildcats. 2:21 to play third quarter. Sevier County basketball underneath the goal. Wildcats playing with Lucas Hammonds, Price Davis, Grayson Strader, Caden Brightheart, and Brendan Scott. Their basketball, they work it in. They've got it to number 3 in the ballgame again. He played a little bit in the first half, but not much. Number 3 holds it, looks to his right, swings it over to number 10. That's Tarwater. Tarwater swings it out here to Hedrick. I just didn't roll off my tongue real well.
Tarwater, David.
Yeah, I know. I just like Hayden Tarwater. They get a shot up, no good. Another foul. Wildcat posts are in a little foul trouble if they call it against Lucas Hammonds. Grayson already has 3. They're going to call the foul on Price Davis. That'll be his 2nd, and they'll shoot free throws. First one's up, good. Oak Ridge lead is 2. 43-41, 1:59 to play, and a great ball game here at Sevier County. Second toss, the righty puts it up there, good. Oak Ridge ball, Wildcats want to push it. Price Davis down the floor, 43-42 the score. Wildcat basketball, here comes Caden Brightheart with the basketball. Over goes Ray Ray. Brennan's wide open in the right corner if they get the ball to him. They reverse it on a bad pass. It's deflected out, though, by Sevier County. Caden Brightheart tried to go all the way across the defense. They've got some height, and they knocked the ball out of bounds. 43-42, Oak Ridge, 1:44 to play, third quarter. Price Davis with the basketball. Swings it over to Scott. Head fakes, wants to shoot, dribbles in, throws it up there. Good, count it, and he's fouled. 1:38 to play, and Brennan Scott will go to the free throw line. How many points has Brennan scored here tonight, Lee?
Brennan Scott, that will be his 13th point of the night. That was his first score of the second half as he's headed to the free throw line for the first time tonight.
Second toss, no good. Rebounded back up. Good by Grayson Strader. Wildcats a 3-point trip down the floor. Their lead is 5. 47-42, 1:31 to play, third quarter. Here comes Sevier County down the floor with it. Here it goes to Reed Owenby. Top of the circle, number 10, Tarwater. Guarded by Price Davis. Goes back door, and what's the call? A foul called away from the ball or around it. And let's see, it's going to go against, I believe, Lucas Hammonds. Lucas got at least 3. It'll be Sevier County ball. 1:20 to play, third quarter, 47-42, Oak Ridge. 3 fouls on Lucas. Grayson Strader has 3. Bears to work the ball in. It'll be Bryson Hedrick to work the ball in from the baseline. Team foul number 5 called against the Wildcats. Not sure what the play is halted there. They work it in. Out to the top it goes. Number 10, Tarwater. Looks inside, backs it over to his left to Owenby. Owenby guarded by Price Davis. Takes one dribble and hands it off. 1:09 to play, third quarter, 5-point Oak Ridge lead. 47-42 the score. Their basketball. Wildcats, almost Price Davis almost got a steal, knocks it out of bounds. Price, one of the football players, the only football player tonight to play. Wildcats have all of them available here. As they work the ball in, ball knocked out by Lucas Hammonds of Oak Ridge. Clock is stopped. 1:01 to play. Third quarter, 47-42. Bear ball. Sevier County fires it in. Pass intercepted by Oak Ridge. The Wildcats, Caden Brightheart to Brennan Scott. Brennan waits for his teammates. Now drives the baseline. Slings the ball and throws the ball just out of control there. Brennan got along the baseline and just kind of slung it over there to Grayson Strader, and he just couldn't reach it. It'll be Sevier County ball. Wasted turn down the floor here. 54 seconds to play. Their basketball momentarily. Wildcats will let them bring the ball down the floor. 51 seconds to play, third quarter. Sevier County ball. Caleb Tarwater, 6'1 senior, picked up by Grayson Strader. At the midcourt line, backing up near the Sevier County paw print, which is in brown and not purple. They work the ball in for a shot, clanging off the iron, no good. Wildcat basketball. Grayson Strader with a rebound, fires it over to Hammonds. Hammonds dribbles in, takes it off the glass. He's fouled and will shoot free throws. Lucas Hammonds will go to the free throw line with 28 seconds to play in the third quarter. Oak Ridge on top, 47-42, and Lucas will go to the free throw line.
Only 2 points for Lucas Hammond so far tonight, David. His first trip to the free throw line. Wildcats ahead 47-42.
Free throw, good. Lucas knocks it in. The Wildcats have a 6-point lead, 48-42. The Wildcats trail by 1 at the half. I think they led after one quarter.
Led after the first quarter, trailed at the second half, trailed at halftime.
Quez Thomas wants to check into the ball game. He reported to the scores table, and Grayson's going to sit the final 28 seconds of this third quarter. Lucas Hammonds to the free throw line. 48-42 Wildcats. 49-42 Oak Ridge by 7. Bryson Comer in the ball game. Quez Thomas, and he almost knocks the ball out of bounds. Saved away by the Bears. 25 seconds to play. They'll dribble down the floor. Bryson trying to guard number 2 there. Roman Gibbons. 5-second count was on. He's still dribbling. Out to the top it goes. 15 seconds to play. 7-point Wildcat lead. They go back door. They get a layup. Good. Wildcats with 10 seconds. Wildcats need some help. Here it comes to Price Davis. 5, 4, 3. Inside, Quez. Inside to Hammond. Shot good as the third quarter comes to a close. We've played 3 quarters of basketball here at Sevier County High School. The Wildcats lead it 51-44. We'll be back with the fourth and final quarter in a moment. Welcome back once again to Sevier County High School. 8 minutes to go in regulation. The way this game is going, Lee, we could have some overtime because it's been so close the whole way.
Turn my mic on. It's just been back and forth. Oak Ridge led after the first, trailed at halftime. Now they're up by 7 here at starting the third quarter.
Wildcats' biggest lead has been 8. Oak Ridge ball. Right side, Brennan Scott dribbles, drives. Back to Ray it goes. The Wildcats, Caden Brightheart, three-pointer, no good. Rebound, Hammonds had it. Knocked out on a 50-50 ball. They say last touch by Oak Ridge. He missed it. You don't get 50-50 calls a lot on the road, and that's the one time tonight they haven't really gotten it right. I mean, the rest of them have been kind of iffy. That one definitely should have been Oak Ridge's ball, but it's okay. They've done a really good job. 51-44 the score, 7.5 minutes to play. They drive the baseline, and Caden Brightheart knocks the ball out as they drive along the baseline. It'll be Sevier County ball underneath the goal, 7:28 to play in the game, 51-44. My name is David Clary, along with Lee Wexler, Alex Boraxa, along with Gavin Kintop. Here's a pass, complete at the midcourt line. They work the ball left side. Sevier County with it. 7:25 to play in the ball game. 51-44 the score. Sevier County trying to solve Oak Ridge's defense. Lucas Hammonds on the floor. Grayson Strader, Brennan Scott, along with Raquan Watson and Caden Brightheart. The Wildcats working hard. Here they come driving in the paint. Free throw line jumper is good. They're good. This team is really good. Caleb Tarwater makes it a 5-point game. 7 minutes to play in the ball game. 51-46 Oak Ridge. Watson with it to Brendan Scott. Back to Watson. Dribbles right, gives it over to Brightheart. Wildcats have got to continue to attack. Wildcats working into Hammonds. Hammonds swings it back out to Brightheart. Had Grayson early. He's going to drive the paint. Shows it off the glass. No good. Not a bad look. The lefty just couldn't get it to go. The Wildcats need to stop on defense. They can cut the lead down again. They're going to. No, they won't. They missed a shot. Ray pushes it up to Brightheart. He makes the catch, and he's fouled. Personal foul will go against the Smoky Bears. It's going to go against number 2 for them, Roman Gibbons, his second. 6:28 to play in the ball game, 51-46. Gibbons checks out. Back in the ball game for them will come number 25. Sineth comes in. That's how he said it. I'll go
I
with
heard
that.
Sineth.
Oak Ridge ball. Brennan Scott, three-pointer, no good. Tipped and rebounded by the Wildcats. Back up, good. The Wildcats score with Caden Brightheart. Wildcat lead is 53-46. 6:17 to play. They break the press with ease. Drive in for a layup. No good. Rebound, Lucas Hammonds. Lucas and the Wildcats had the basketball. Here it goes to Brendan Scott. 6:09 to play. Oak Ridge leads 53-46. Scott to Hammonds. He'll dribble. He'll drive. He'll shoot. He puts it in. Good. Lucas Hammonds scores, and the Wildcats have their biggest lead of the night, 55-46. And the Oak Ridge crowd comes to their feet as the Wildcats lead it 55-46.
You know, one thing we mentioned before the game was the student section here at Sevier County. It's a pretty good student section here for Monday night, a non-district ball game, and I think they've been kind of quiet.
They have. They do little hand gestures, but they don't make a lot of noise. And they're not more than 15 feet from us. You'd think that they would just be loud, obnoxious. No, that's me. But you'd think that they would be too. So, Lee, did you happen to see what happened at Powell High School with me and that lady at the window?
No, David, I was actually outside, just to the outside of the press box, so I didn't even know what had happened between you and Alex and I guess the fan at Powell until Alex was describing the story when we were leaving. But I went back and listened to the audio, and I'm not sure what you guys did. I think you guys had a similar problem at my school, at my high school back in 2010 at Riverdale, just having to deal with a fan. But, you know, unfortunately, you know, Oak Ridge, they weren't able to win the ball game, but yeah, I don't know what you guys did to upset the Powell faithful.
It wasn't us. It was our 2 assistant coaches pounding on the window, and that's why she said shut the window. I don't know why she would do that, because if the window is shut, you can pound on the window. If the windows are open, you can't pound on it. Oh, well. Anyway, 55-46 to score. The Wildcats with their biggest lead. A lot of time to be played in this one. 5 minutes, 57 seconds to play. Wildcats trying to go 4-0. Sevier County trying to go 4-0. 55-46 to score. Here come the Bears. Moving towards us here with the basketball, number 0, Bryson Hedrick. 5'4" player, 6'4", 5'6" player. Can't read. 55-46 to score. Smoky Bear ball. Good defense, Ray. They work the ball. Number 10, Tarwater. Tarwater swings it out to number 23. Drives in, hop step, shoots, clang off the iron, no good. Rebound to Ray Watson. Wildcats, they're getting a little short. A lot of times, the first thing to go in a game like this, which has been up and down the floor, your legs go, and there was a little bit short. Here's Hammonds for a shot, no good. Rebound out of bounds, 50-50 ball. They're going to give it over to Sevier County once again. Probably a good call. 5:21 to play in the game.
Well, for Sevier County, it's just been Tarwater and Owenby taking all the shots, and I think Oak Ridge has started to, you know, kind of take their shots away a little bit. There's several players who've been out there on the floor almost, feels like the entire game. They haven't even taken a shot. It's just been number 10 and number 23.
5:11 to play in the ball game. Oak Ridge by 9, 55-46. Sevier County ball. With it will come Tarwater. Floats one up there. Good. Wildcats with the basketball. Got a control. 4:58 to play. 55-46 48. The Wildcats by 7. Rayway with it off to Brennan Scott. Thought about launching one, will not. Wildcats, Ray backs it up once again. Dribbles to his left, 5-second count is on. He's going to drive left, give it off to Brightheart. Had a 3 if he wanted it, does not take it. Here it goes to Grayson Strader. He dribbles right, back to Hammonds. Wildcats working time off the clock now. Brennan Scott dribbles in. Brennan dribbles right, back to Strader. Wildcats lead 55-48, 4.5 minutes to play. Ray right side to Hammonds. Offensive player control foul, and it's a good call. He ran right over him. He didn't even have the ball, and he ran over the defender. Wildcats need to stop on defense. It's a 7-point game. Raekwon picks up his second foul, team foul number 6. So the next foul for both teams will send the other to the one in the bonus here. 4:23 to play in the ball game. 55-48 Wildcats. Sevier County basketball. Number 10, Caleb Tarwater. He's gonna dribble in the paint. He's fouled by Grayson. So late whistle, but he did do it. Late whistle. He did hit him on the wrist though, and that's gonna send them to the line. Wildcats. Grayson Strader picks up his 4th foul. 55-48. They can cut it to 5 at the free throw line. Toss, good. Made good by Caleb Tarwater. Wildcats have Grayson Strader in the ball game. Caden Brightheart, Ray Watson, Lucas Hammonds, and Brennan Scott. Second toss, no good. Rebound out of bounds, should be Oak Ridge's. Oh, man. It was off of Grayson, but typically officials, when a guy slaps your wrist and knocks it out, they typically give it to the person who actually had his hand ripped. They didn't do it. You're not going to get calls on the road at 50-50. Well, here's a steal, though, by Ray. The ball doesn't lie, Mr. Ref. 4:11 to play in the ball game. 55-49, a 6-point game. Ray right side of Brennan Scott. Dribbles in. It's got to be under control. Here's Lucas Hammond. Shoots. No good. Rebound. He reaches in. Wanted to get a jump ball. Wildcats have got to be a little bit more under control here. Down to 3:54 to play. Holding on to a 6-point lead. Precarious lead here. 3:48 to play. Their basketball. Number 10 dribbles. Drive. Shoots. It is no good. Rebound Watson. Here come the Wildcats down the floor. To Brennan Scott, the Wildcats have a 3-on-1 break. Bounce pass. Lucas Hammonds layup. Good. Lucas Hammond scores, and the Wildcat lead is back to 8. 57-49, 3:29 to play in the basketball game. Down the floor it goes to Caleb Tarwater. Tarwater around the screen. Stops. Gives it out to the top. It goes to O&B. Drives in. Shot. No good. Rebounded by Lucas Hammonds. Wildcats with the basketball. 3:15 to play in the ball game. 57-49 the score. The Wildcats in no hurry to get the ball across the line. Ray then lost the ball. Carelessly turns it over. They get a layup. Good. Unforced turnover, and the Wildcat lead is 6. And then, let's see, Ray kind of might have turned his ankle. And there's a little perspiration on the floor. Both teams cramping a little bit. The head coach at Sevier County, assistant coach, he doesn't like it. He's arguing. Wildcat basketball. His head coach says, sit down, coach. Sit down. I think he was just trying to give instructions out. 6-point game. Tough turnover a moment ago. 2:57 to play. Oak Ridge leads 57-51. Wildcat basketball. Here comes to Grayson Strader. Strader in the rear court. Brings the ball across the line. Dribbling with his left hand. Comes back to his right hand. The Wildcats back it up. Leading by 6. 57-51. The next foul will send Oak Ridge to the line. Brennan Scott with the ball along the baseline. Drives in for the shot. No good. Rebound to Sevier County. They then are fouled by Oak Ridge, and they'll shoot free throws. Wildcats will watch them shoot. Closing the gap. 57-51 Wildcats. 2:35 to play in the game. At the line will go number 2, Roman Gibbons. He'll have one in the bonus. Gibbons looks good. Oak Ridge lead 5. 57-52. It has been 9 here in the fourth quarter. 2:35 to play. 57-52. Second toss. No good. Rebound Ray. And he's fouled. Personal foul goes against Roman Gibbons. And that's going to send Raekwon Watson to the line. 5-point game, 2.5 minutes to play. Actually, officially 2:34 to play in the ball game. We've got one in the bonus. It's going to be a battle of free throws. The Wildcats have got to hit them. Let's see what the sophomore can do. He'll have one in the bonus. 57-52 Wildcats. Ray shoots. Good. Money shot there for the sophomore. 6-point Wildcat lead. 58-52. 2:34 to play in the ball game from Sevier County. Second toss. Missed it. Rebound Sevier County. 6-point game. Here they come down the floor. 2.5 minutes to play. Foul against Grayson Strader will send them to the line.
He's done.
He's so quick, that might be the 5th foul against Grayson. Lee says it is, and Bryson Comer will come off the bench. He's quick. Oak Ridge leads 58-52, 2:27 to play in the ball game. Bryson Comer checks in the game, and Grayson Strader checks out. It'll be Sevier County going to the line with Caleb Tarwater. First shot, rims out, no good. He was fouled in the act of shooting. Tarwater will go back to the free throw line. 58-52 Wildcats. Second toss, also short. Rebound by Ray. Wildcat ball. Wildcats then almost turned the ball over on a great play by Caleb Tarwater, who just missed some free throws. He's upset with himself. Slammed the ball down hard. And the Wildcats with the basketball. 2:22 to play, and a timeout is asked for by Coach Aaron Green. Earlier tonight, Lee, the Lady Wildcats were defeated. Why don't you run down their scoring?
The Lady Wildcats were defeated by the Sevier County Smoky Barrettes. The scoring in that one, Demetria Strickland led Oak Ridge in scoring with 14 points, followed by Jenna Johnson with 10. Ziana Stewart, 9 points. Ayana Porter, 5. Lindsay Cleveland, 2. And Cannon Green, 5 points. Scoring for Sevier County, Kenley Loveday, 15. Number 3, Pearland didn't get her first name. Had 10 points. Aubrey Laney, 6. Natalie Schultz, 13. And Haley Williams, 8 points. Lady Wildcats had a pretty disastrous third quarter, but were defeated 54-45.
Here we've got a 58-52 ball game. Oak Ridge in the lead, 2:22 to play. Both teams are undefeated. Sevier County is 3-0. Oak Ridge is 3-0. The Wildcats' next ball game will be this coming Thursday when the Wildcats travel to Alcoa, and then a week from tomorrow, the Wildcats play their first district ball game. That'll be against the Powell Panthers. I saw that Aiden Green, who had committed to play football at Cincinnati, has decommitted from Cincinnati. That was the report. I don't know if that's 100% true, but that's what I heard. And we'll see him probably the next time when they play. I think it's next Tuesday. 58-52, the Wildcats with the ball, 2:22 to play. We'd like to thank the Fox Insurance Group, Ortho Tennessee, Oak Ridge Utility District, as the Wildcats' Caden Brighthart works it into Bryson Comer. Bryson nearly walks, gives it into Brighthart, drives inside Lucas Hammonds, layup, good! The Wildcats score, and Oak Ridge is up by 8. 60-52, 2:11 to play in the ballgame. Good ball movement that time by the Wildcats. A good save by Bryson Comer, and a good feed to Lucas Hammonds. Their basketball. Number 0 drives left. They work the ball. They look down low. The ball's inside of number 10. He fires a pass in for the shot. Good. They score off the glass. And here comes Oak Ridge back the other way, up by 6. Wildcats throw the ball away. Layup. Good. Another turnover by the sophomore point. He's trapped. Over it goes to Bryson Comer. They don't want him dribbling. Bryson gets the ball across the line, and Coach Green calls a timeout. Sophomores make mistakes. He's learning. He'll get better. And he gets encouragement from his teammates there. He threw the ball right to the defense. Sophomores just have to learn, and he'll learn from that. He won't do that again.
Disastrous sequence right there, David. It was an 8-point lead. Now Sevier County's made it to a 4-point game off a turnover. And Sevier County student section is, I guess, somewhat starting to come alive.
A lot of time to go in this one. 1:41 to play. The next foul by Oak Ridge will be their 10th, so the Smoky Bears will be on the double bonus here. They have committed 7, so we're still on 1 in the bonus. Oak Ridge still leads 60-56. It's been a back-and-forth affair. Wildcats were down 1 at halftime. Got to handle the ball here. Got to be smarter with it. Got to take good high-percentage shots. It'll be Caden Brighthart to work the ball in. And it comes to Ray. Trapped in the rear court. Here he comes down the floor. Here it goes to Price Davis, and Lucas Hammond's shot is up. No good, but he does draw the foul. Foul called against the Smoky Bears. It'll go against number 25. That'll be their 8th team foul. And like I said, it's going to come down to hitting free throws. We've got 96 seconds to play in this one. Oak Ridge leads at 60-56. To the line, Lucas Hammonds, the redhead. He'll have 2 shots. There's the first one. Good. Lucas knocks it down. 61-56. Back to the line he goes. The Wildcats have Price Davis in the ballgame. Lucas, the second toss, good. Nothing but the bottom of the net. Oak Ridge back up by 6. A 2-possession game. Minute 34 to play. Need a stop on defense here. Here comes Sevier County down the floor. With it will come number 23. That's Owenby. Owenby harassed, almost throws the ball away. Saved on the floor by Gibbons. They work the ball in. Nice play. Layup, good. They work the ball in. They handle the ball and work the ball so well. It's a 4-point game. Oak Ridge basketball. Count is on. Price Davis will work the ball in. Then it comes to Ray Ray. To Price. He throws the ball away again. Layup. 2-point game. Minute 12 to play. Price. Coach Green calls a timeout. That's a couple times, and you can hear the roar of the crowd. That's a couple times Ray Ray has just thrown it to the defense, and they've gotten a layup off of it. And once again, Ray Ray getting some encouragement from his teammates. 1:05 to play. The clock keeper here is not good. He's trying, but they're putting more time on the clock.
Time.
They just let the clock tick
They're
down.
just adding.
I don't know if there's a minute 15 to go.
That is not right. The clock should not be at 1:15. Because what happened was I think Ray Ray had the ball down here on the baseline with a minute 13, and then he turned the ball over. So I don't think the clock should be at a minute 15.
They put it up there though, a minute 15 to play. A lot of times the officials have been good, but the clock keeper, they have a minute 15 on the clock. So Alex Baraxa just said there should be like a minute 3, and they put a minute 15 on the clock. Wildcat lead is down to 2, 62-60. Ball handling, been the Wildcats' bugaboo down the stretch here. Wildcats have got to do a better job. Their pressure causing Oak Ridge some trouble, and Ray Ray getting some encouragement from his teammates. He's got to get his head up here. Wildcats' Price Davis will work the ball in. Price hasn't played and hadn't practiced much, too, and this is kind of scary, too, to see what he can do. Wildcats trying to get it in. In it comes to Brightheart. Nice pass. Brightheart down the floor. Wildcats, Ray Ray's got it. He dribbles in. Swings it over to Brennan Scott. Harassed outside, dribbles in, penetrates. Left side it goes. Wildcats in the lead by 2 with the basketball. 1 minute to play in the ball game. Oak Ridge ball. Brennan to Price. Price Davis. Wildcats down to 54 seconds to play. It's keep away time here. Oh, and the Wildcats throw the ball away. Young team making mistakes, and Sevier County calls a timeout. 62-60, the Wildcats in the lead. Just young team making mistakes, Lee.
Yeah, they're making mistakes at kind of really one of the worst times. I mean, they had an 8-point lead with what it felt like 2 minutes left, and now it's a 2-point game. Yeah, just very bad turnovers. And, again, not to be picky, but the time on the scoreboard is not right. I mean, that they basically added about 15 seconds. Not to be picky, but 15 seconds, I mean, that could be the difference in the ball game. I hate to be that guy, but, you know, it should be about at 35 seconds.
Yeah, I would agree. The clock keeper has let the clock run several times tonight, and the Bears with a 3 can take the lead. Oak Ridge still holding on, 62-60. Sevier County's really good. They're well coached. They run their sets perfectly. Wildcats are without Grayson Strader. He's fouled out of the game. The Wildcats playing with Caden Brightheart, Lucas Hammonds, Raekwon Watson, and Brennan Scott in the ballgame. Price Davis is out there too. 50 seconds to play in the ballgame, at least in regulation. 62-60 the score. 45 seconds to play. Their basketball. Oh, there's a walk. He travels with the basketball. Good defense. Price Davis. And the Wildcats get it on their turnover. Turnover, Caleb Tarwater. 41 seconds to play. Wildcats now got to get the ball in bounds. Oak Ridge basketball. Price asks the official a question. He gets an answer. He says you cannot run the sideline. It'll be Oak Ridge basketball. 41 seconds to play, 2-point game. Oak Ridge, Lucas Hammonds. Lucas waits, Gives it off to Price. He's stripped of the ball. Gives it over to Ray Ray. Inside Lucas Hammonds. One dribble, one shot, 2 points, and he's fouled. Lucas Hammonds makes it a 4-point game. 64-60. He'll shoot a free throw with 34 seconds to play in the ball game. Big find of Lucas underneath the goal. And a big turnover just a moment ago by number 10, Caleb Tarwater. Lucas Hammonds trying to increase the lead back to 5. 34 seconds to play. 64-60 Wildcats. Free throw, it's good. 65-60. Got to slow them down. Nothing easy here. 65-60. Here come the Bears. They work the ball to the right corner. Bounce pass inside. No good. A foul is going to be called. Good sportsmanship by the Wildcats and the Bears. 25 seconds to play. Perspiration on the floor. Alex Borrexa takes a towel and wipes up the floor. He's doing it all tonight. The camera work. He's also doing the scoreboard and wiping up sweat. 65-60 the score. To the free throw line will go the Bears. Number 23, Reed Owenby. First of 2. Good. 4-point Wildcat lead. 25.7 seconds to play. 65-61. Second toss. Good. Oak Ridge ball. Bryce Davis will try to work it in. Will not be able to. Coach Green calls a timeout. Lee, what an exciting finish to this ball game. Sevier County, very well coached. 60-second timeout. They run their sets perfectly. They've got some really good athletes. The Wildcats hanging on, though, 65-62. Some really big plays down the stretch. Wildcats had like a 9-point lead, but some unforced turnovers really have hurt them. But the Wildcats have been able to overcome those to this point. They still lead. It's a one-possession ball game at 65-62.
Yeah, you know, for about 4.5 minutes there, Oak Ridge, I thought, was kind of just going to walk away with it a little bit. And, you know, Oak Ridge kind of wet their pants a little bit, started turning the ball over. And, you know, now it's a 3-point game. It was a 2-point game a second ago. Turnovers by Oak Ridge. Got lucky. Sevier County, I think, turned it over a minute ago. Lucas Hammonds has was good at the free throw line. Lucas Hammonds, he's 5 of 5 at the free throw line. That could be one of the differences in this ball game. He's made 3 free throws here in the fourth quarter. So 25 seconds left, although I don't really believe that, but 25 seconds, that's what's on the scoreboard. 3-point lead for Oak Ridge. And, you know, for a game in late November, I mean, this feels like a region ball game.
Yeah, it is, and it's a potential, who knows, sub-state game. We played him in the sub-state in 2019. We'll play him on December the 20th at the Wildcat Arena. 65-62, Oak Ridge basketball on the baseline. Bryce Davis, fresh off the football field, will work it in for the Wildcats. Oak Ridge leads by 3, 65-62. Got to get the ball in. In it comes to Caden Brightheart. To Ray Ray, lost the ball, grabs it, and here come the Wildcats, 20 seconds. Here's Brennan Scott. He fires a pass intending it for Lucas Hammonds with 16.8 seconds to play, 65-62, Oak Ridge basketball. It'll be Price to work the ball in from the side of the Oak Ridge bench. Ray, Lucas Hammonds, Brennan Scott in the ball game. Caden Brightheart. Wildcats call a timeout to save possession. The Smoky Bear fans thought it should have been 5 seconds, but Coach Green calls it. 16.8 seconds to play. What a great ending to this game. 65-62 the score.
Yeah, it's going to come down to, I feel like, the last possession, and what an exciting game this has turned into. It's really been back and forth. Oak Ridge led after the first quarter, trailed at halftime, then led 51-44 after the third quarter. They lead by 3 here. I mean, what an exciting ball game here in Sevierville.
The good news is the next foul that Sevier County fouls will put Oak Ridge on the double bonus. They've got 9. We've been on the double bonus a while. So if the Wildcats can get the ball in, you would expect them to foul right away. There's only 16.8 seconds to play. Wildcats cannot turn the ball over on the inbounds. Price Davis will work it in right to the side of the Oak Ridge bench. Wildcats work it in. They throw the ball away. Their basketball. Shot. No good. What's the call? Goaltending. Goaltending is the call. Or is it a foul? Oh, my Lord. They called a foul. That is home cooking right there. They can tie it right here. That is unbelievable. And it's 65. He missed the free throw. The ball doesn't lie. The bucket did not count. The bucket did not count. So it's still 65 to 62. 11 seconds to play. Back to the free throw line. Reed Owenby. Big rebound needed right here by the Cardinal and Gray. Second toss. He missed them both, and Lucas has the rebound. Lucas Hammonds has it. Owenby had a chance to close the gap. Misfires on 2 free throws. 9.7 seconds to play. Lucas Hammonds, 2 free throws to win this ball game and make it a 2-possession game if he can hit one of the 2 here. 65-62 the score. Hammonds to the free throw line. 9 seconds to go. Toss. Good. The Wildcats have a 4-point lead. 9.7 seconds to play. Lucas Hammonds back to the line. Toss. Good. Oak Ridge by 5. 9 seconds. 8 seconds. 7 seconds. That's a charge. Call it. He did. Offensive player control foul. 5 seconds to play. The Wildcats headed for a victory here at Sevier County. 67-62 the score. Player control foul will give the ball to the Wildcats. What a finish to the ball game. Caden Brightheart looks, fires it in to Price Davis. He's not going to be fouled. The final score of the ball game, Oak Ridge wins it 67-62 to up their record to 4-0. Sevier County drops their first game of the year. Free throws were the key. You talked about Lucas Hammonds being 5 for 5 until that trip. Down the stretch, it was Sevier County not hitting their free throws. Big difference in the ball game.
Lucas Hammonds was 7 of 7 shooting free throws. Lucas Hammonds is a 5-point game here, 67-62. Lucas Hammonds made 5 free throws there in the fourth quarter. And, Sevier County kind of missed some of their free throws there late. Could have been the difference in the game, but free throws matter, and it comes down to little things like that. And, Oak Ridge, they walk out of here with a victory, what felt like a region ball game. Oak Ridge victorious 67-62. And I'm going to send it back over here to David as I'm going to get these final stats going here. But what a back-and-forth game. Oak Ridge, I thought Oak Ridge, control was pretty good on the rebounds, rebounded well, had some disastrous turnovers there in the fourth quarter, kind of let it get away from them. Can't let that happen moving forward. But, Coach Green, I think, is going to make his way up here. But, what a fun game.
67 to, I've already forgotten.
67-62.
67-62 is the final score. Coach Green will be joining us here in a moment. We wait for him. We'll take another break here. We'll let Lee kind of run down the final statistics. The girls lost their game. The JV girls lost, but the guys win 67-62. As we wait for Coach Green, we'll send it back once again, and we'll come back with either Coach Green or the staff. Back to Sevier County in a moment. David Clary back here along with Alex Baraxa and Lee Wexler and Gavin Kintop as the Wildcats victorious in the boys game, fell in the girls game. Let me get Alex over here, get some perspective from him. I know we didn't get Alex much on the broadcast. Alex, your thoughts on the ball game? Very exciting.
Yes, quite an exciting game tonight here. I'm glad I got to see that tonight for sure. You know, the end right there, I was definitely a little nervous for us. I will not lie, you know. They're a good team for sure, well coached. You know, they run their plays, they know what they're doing. But I think, you know, Lucas really there with the clutch free throws at the end was something that was nice to see.
Thanks, Alex. Coach Green is here. Let's get him in here. Coach, what a great game. If you're a fan, it was fun to watch. I mean, he's back and forth. That Sevier County team, they've got a couple of really, really good players. And they've got a young team that kind of complements them. What kind of defense is that they run?
Yeah, they played, you know, and I told you when talking preparation, I told you they run a unique zone. They're well coached. They play hard, which was about right. You know, and the frustrating part, that's the first time, I told them at halftime, okay, first time that we've been in a, you know, behind. You got, you know, let's see what we got, you know. And but to answer your question, it's a unique zone. You don't see it a lot. We face it up here in the sub-state. What was that, 18, 19? And it's hard to go against. The reason it's hard to go against is because they play really hard. They run to the ball. They've got great hands. They play hard. They're well coached. And it's just hard to play against, especially early in the year when we got inexperience and it showed. You know, and then late in the game, I mean, we talked about it, showed them film. You know, if we have a lead, here's what you're going to see, the press, exactly what happened. And it was like, you know, Maryville had them beat at Maryville, and they went to that press, and they started turning it over and ended up getting beat. We were very, very fortunate to win the game. Probably didn't deserve to win the game, honestly, as much as we turned it over the last 2 or 3 minutes. But, you know, we'll take it. It's a W. But I think our inexperience showed tonight, obviously, you know, and that's okay. We need to be in those situations so we can get better. But we panicked a little bit when they started pressing us, and, you know, I didn't really know how we'd respond, you know, when they did, and we didn't respond very well. You know, I had some guys not practice well the last couple of days, so Price Davis competed pretty hard in practice, and you know, I earned some minutes, and I trusted him more there late than I did anybody else, trying to get some more guards on the floor that I didn't feel like was going to turn it over. But you know, it just for me as a coach, very frustrating because I mean we pretty much did everything we could to give it away and lose, and you know, found a way.
You know, one thing I did like, I know you've got a sophomore point in, you know, the biggest games he's been playing is freshman games until this year. He turned the ball over. But one thing I noticed, his teammates encouraged him out there. I mean, sophomores are going to make mistakes. Yeah. And they were encouraging him. A couple of really bad turnovers, honestly, to be honest with you. But you also, towards the end, although you talked about the turnovers there, you also, when you had the opportunity, you were able to find open players, and you hit free throws down the stretch. I mean, Lucas was deadly. I think it was 7 for 7 or something like that.
He was 5 for 5 late.
Yeah, and so, I mean, his free throw shooting was the difference, and their misses were a big difference. Their misses at the free throw line were big too. So, you know, you're exactly right. You have a young team, very little experience. Even the most experienced players don't have much experience. I mean, it's the truth. But you did handle, and the crowd got loud. Yeah. They had a good student section there here on this end of the floor. And it is a win. That's all that matters. It's just November, too.
Yeah, and it's about getting better. I mean, about a minute and a half to go, as bad as we turned it over, I looked over at the assistant and said, we don't deserve to win the game. We might, but we don't deserve to. I mean, we made enough good plays there. We found some guys for some layups there. You know, Lucas was a beneficiary of that. Hammond's there was a couple of bunnies there late when they were pressing and stuff. But you can't really practice those situations, and you can put, you know, time and score down, you know, up 6 and trying to, you know, run some clock but be aggressive. That's always a decision of a coach. You don't want to take the air out of it. It's the first time we've spread the floor. You know, we went 5 out, and, you know, we do that to spread the floor to try to attack and get an easy one. You know, and we just, you know, again, we'll be all right. We'll, you know, that's a good team. I mean, they're 3-0. There's a good basketball team we played. Coach Wright's one of the best coaches that I've coached against in my career. He coached two NBA players when I was in high school. Played in Arby's. He's a great coach. He's been doing it a long, long time. I think if you ask most coaches around here, so it's a heck of a win. as bad as we played late. I thought we did a pretty good job defensively for the most
I thought
part.
so too.
You can't defend, you can't defend turnovers for layups, which we gave up I don't know, it seemed like 4 or 5 of them. I ran out of timeouts. I mean, I didn't have any more timeouts. And I've got, guys in there that, just stuff that you'd think they would know, like trying to get it in on side out over here, telling Lucas to screen, just guys out of position. It's just, stuff we'll get figured out and work on, but man, it was frustrating.
Coach, though, I'm going to say it again. It's November, and that's the good news. I mean, they come up here on the road, tough place to play. Crowd was in it, and they did get the win. You know, and so
and we did. I thought we had some good things. I thought Brennan in the first half kind of kept us in it. The first half he made some shots and kind of kept us. He had 3 threes, I think, in the first quarter. They did a pretty good job on him after that. Caden did and they've got, they basically play 5 guards. 23 is a taller kid. They call some 10 can play, 23 can play. Those other guys around him are solid. And they run such good stuff. Their spacing's good. It's hard to cover them. And we held them to 62. I don't know if you call that great D, but like I said, we did overall. I thought we did a pretty good job defensively. The second half, take away that last 4 or 5 minutes, I thought offensively we did better against that zone. We got some easy looks. Our bigs, finally finished some around there, which I didn't think we did a very good job the first half. I was not pleased at halftime with our rebounding numbers. We should be out rebounding that team. I think it was pretty close. I don't know what the totals end up being. But we found a way, David. That's about that. I mean, we won the game. That's good. It's a tough place to play against a solid team, and we'll take it.
Because you got ripped off a little bit at the scorers table on time. They put about 13 seconds on the clock that never should have been up there.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So, I mean, the game should have been over long before that. So.
Yeah, of course, it's hard. It's funny you said that. I'll see it on tape, I'm sure.
Yeah.
For sure when I watch tape. But, good win. I learned a lot about my team, tonight, and we probably didn't get it right. I really don't know if I had the right guys in there late. It's the first time I've been in that situation with this team. That's what I'm about to figure out. Again, I had some guys that didn't practice how I thought should practice, so they didn't get as many minutes. And we'll see. We got some guys that can play. We got actually several guys. We got 10 or 12 guys that can play, and it's going to be a challenge to it's going to help us compete in practices. And we got tough decisions to make as far as who's getting that PT. And it's real simple. They'll earn it in practice and earn it in the games, and we'll play the guys that'll put us in the best position to win.
Alcoa on Thursday. I know they'll probably be without some football guys. Talk about them.
Yeah, Alcoa, watched them a little bit on tape when we on scouting. They've got one really, really good player and really good guys around him. I can't remember his name. He's Brendan's age. Very athletic. They'll be a good team. They'll be a good test over there. A little bit different team than Sevier County, but that was good for us tonight. I mean, I thought that was that's one of the reasons that we had them scheduled. They've got an inexperienced team too. Going to Alcoa last year was a good game over there. We ended up pulling away late, and I know think they're missing a couple, maybe a guy or two in football, but they still got a good basketball team. So we'll have to play well and hopefully play a little bit better than we did tonight. But it's a long season, and we'll just keep getting better.
Coach, thanks a lot, and have a safe trip home.
Yeah, thanks, David. This is I'm guess you're glad this is the last trip up here, right?
Yes, sir. Fourth time up here.
Man, I was thinking about when I pulled in here, it took us an hour and a half to get up here. I'm like, who scheduled this? And I thought, man, I guess that was me.
Well, yeah, Paige said it the other day.
Yeah,
She said Aaron Green.
So that we have a hard time getting games, and Sevier County is, I think, obviously a great program. Usually have pretty good teams, and we needed a fill-in game. I can't remember who it was we lost. But had it and they wanted to play, so we play at home and home. So they'll be coming to our place here in just a couple of weeks.
McMinn County, probably.
Yeah, we lost McMinn, and I think there was maybe one more. So we picked up Oakland and Sevier County. I think those are the 2 new ones on the schedule. We lost a home and home with somebody. But anyway, we'll figure that out. So.
Coach, like I said, have a safe trip. We'll see you Thursday.
All right, thanks, David.
Wildcats victorious here. Let me get Lee in here real quick to run down the final stats so we can get out of here. I'm tired of Sevier County. It's a beautiful place. The people are nice, except the people who made us sit in the corner, but that's okay.
Yeah, that was not cool. But anyway, I'm going to run down the final scoring here. Quez Thomas had 2 points. His only 2 points came from the free throw line back in the second quarter. Lucas Hammonds was really, to me, the player of the game. Came in with 19 points. Lucas Hammonds had 13 points there in the fourth quarter. And this was a 5-point game. Lucas Hammonds made all 5 free throws there in the fourth quarter. He was 7 of 7 shooting free throws in this ball game, and he was 6 of 9 shooting from the field. All of those came as 2-pointers. So Lucas Hammonds with 19 points and with a big fourth quarter for the Wildcats. Grayson Strader, who fouled out of this ball game, finished with 10 points. He was 1 for 2 at the free throw line and 4 of 9 shooting from the field. All of his points came from twos. Bryson Comer with 2 points, made a 2 back in the first quarter. Brennan Scott with 13 points was 3 of 9 shooting threes. Those all came back in the first quarter and was a total of 5 of 14 from the field. Was 0 for 1 at the free throw line. Ray Watson, 7 points, was 3 of 5 from the field, all twos, and was 1 for 2 at the free throw line. Caden Brightheart, 15 points, was 3 of 4 shooting threes, and was a total of 6 for 10 shooting from the field. And also Price Davis was 0 for 1 shooting. Missed a 3 back in the second quarter. Looking over at Sevier County, they were dominated really by 2 guys. First, Caleb Tarwater had 24 points. He didn't make a 3, but he was 10 of 24 shooting from the field, was 4 of 8 shooting free throws. He missed a couple of those free throws late in the ball game. Also, Reed Owenby with 26 points was 4 of 6 from the free throw line. Again, missed some free throws there in the fourth quarter. 4 of 6 from the free throw line, was 2 of 4 shooting threes, and was total of 10 for 17 from the field for 26 points. Bryce Sineth, I believe, had 4 points. Those all came in the fourth quarter. Jaden Barton made a 3-pointer. That was his only points of the ball game. Made a 3 back in the second quarter. Owen Brooks had 4 points, was 2 for 2 shooting from the field, and Roman Gibbons had 2 points for the Smoky Bears. Was 1 for 2 at the free throw line. He only had 1 point. His only point coming at the free throw line, and he was 0 of 2 shooting from the field. The Wildcats are victorious here at Sevier County, and I think David is finally going to get a break from having to travel to Sevierville, Pigeon Forge, wherever he's been the last week. A lot of miles on the old blue van, a lot of miles, but Wildcats split tonight. Lady Wildcats fall. I believe that score was 54-45, and then the Wildcats, the boys, come out with the victory 67-62 in a tight but fun game here in what I think we were joking in the car. We've been calling it the Dolly Dome. Dolly Parton, I guess, is from the Sevier County area, but fun game tonight.
High school here.
Oh yeah,
Sevier
okay,
County.
yeah. Dolly Parton went to Sevier County High School. I didn't know that, but now I do. That's going to wrap up my final stats here, David. What a fun night.
Let's close it out here. We appreciate everybody who's made the broadcast possible. Of course, Lee Wexler, Alex Baraxa, Gavin Kintop. Also, our next broadcast of Oak Ridge High School basketball will be coming up on Thursday when the Wildcats take on the Alcoa Tornadoes at Alcoa. Once again, the Wildcats win it by 5, I believe, the final score. The Wildcats victorious. They are now 4-0 on the year. For all the people I mentioned before, until Thursday night, this is David Clary saying so long, everybody. You get that? I can't see.
Yeah.